In this video, I'm gonna rank all the shampoos that I have tested and made reviews about. That's something that I haven't done yet on this channel. Welcome, my name is Helen. This is the Shrimpy McGee channel. I am a hair loss sufferer and someone who's pretty much recovered from hair loss. But along the way, I've made this channel with lots of info about what you can do if you're starting to suffer or notice hair loss, including shampoo reviews, which is something a little bit newer that I've been doing here, but have been really popular with you guys. So thank you so much if you've watched some of those. One thing I haven't done though yet is rank those different shampoos for their claims and stuff like that and whether they work or not. So I thought I would round them all up here and make this marathon session of reviews on all the different shampoos I've done up to this date and how I rank them. So I'm gonna add those below, and another thing I'm gonna do is add timestamps so that at any point you can just jump ahead and look at the different shampoos with the names, and then at the beginning of that, what I'll do is I'll film a little update about that. So in front of each shampoo, you know, even if you've seen, for instance, like my mane and tail shampoo review, I will have a little piece of updated information. So go ahead and check that out down below in the timestamps, or just keep watching. This is gonna be a long one. So, you know, if you're folding laundry or you're, I don't know, exercising or whatever the case may be, you can play this and it's gonna run for a long time. You won't have to pick any other videos, unless you want to, of course. In the meantime, I have to give a shout out to my friend, fellow YouTuber Shelly from Geek Out of Water, who had an amazing dewy foundation review for women over 40. Listen, if you are over 40 as I am and you're looking to pick a foundation, you have to watch her channel. Don't buy anything until you see, because she's reviewed so many different foundations and her reviews are just so excellent. But she made a sort of marathon type video like this, and I was like, this is a great idea. You've got everything in one spot. It makes it so easy for people, and also they're not trying to like comb through your back catalog of videos. So smart. So shout out to Shelly. I will link up her channel down below as well. Do give her a watch and a subscribe. She's just the best. She's been one of the few YouTubers who has actually taken the time to answer when I have questions, just connect with me and help to lift me up too. So if you would give her some love, I would appreciate that so much. And while I have you here, if you like this, you don't have to do it now, but at some time, if you would like and subscribe, that would help to support me here on the channel. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking and we'll get right into the reviews. Let's go. It shouldn't come as a surprise that my top ranked shampoo is my holy grail, which is Kerastase Bain Satin 1. Not the 2, there's nothing wrong with the 2, it's just more moisturizing and heavier, but the 1, Bain Satin 1 is amazing, continues to perform for me. Whenever I sort of my hair gets kind of frizzy, frazzled, horrible from testing these shampoos for you guys, I always go back to my holy grail and I stick with that for a week, and it can do no wrong. It just restores my hair to a nice balance, right? So it's all about finding that shampoo and conditioner that balances really well in your hair. I still love it. I don't really have any updates other than to say I still use it. I will continue to use it. I've been using it for like a decade, and let's just get right into the review and you can see why I love it so much. Hey everyone, I'm kind of excited for this one because I finally get to talk about my favorite shampoo, which I have described so many times on this channel. Finally decided to make a dedicated video to it because I'm starting to make shampoo reviews. Made one about mane and tail shampoo, and whew, it did not work for me. So you can go ahead and check that video out. I'll be sure to link it, but oh my goodness. After I made that video, I suffered from like a dry scalp for, I don't know, like 3-4 days after. And finally when I switched back to this, it resolved it. So I love this product. This is Kerastase Nutritive line. So it is the sort of light orange and darker orange line. Bain Satin 1, because they make a 1 and a 2. I like the 1. And Le Vital, which is the conditioner. So this is the shampoo conditioner, super pricey stuff, but in my opinion, totally worth it. We're gonna sit down and go through all the different reasons and all the different, like a grading rubric that I've created for shampoo. So we're gonna go through that in a second. But first of all, I just wanted to say, hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Helen. This is the Shrimpy McGee channel. We talk about hair loss. We talk about shampoo reviews. We talk about foods that are good for hair. All that kind of stuff is what you'll find here. I'm not gonna ask you to like and subscribe right now. Actually, I just did, didn't I? But anyhow, let's go and sit down and talk about this wonderful shampoo that I love the shampoo. Now, first off, a quick short story time about how I even got introduced to Kerastase shampoo, because in no world would I be spending, what, approximately $40, $35 and up for just the shampoo, and that's not even talking about the conditioner, which is about the same price. In no world is that gonna happen in my natural, normal day, sort of ongoing stuff. I strongly believe for things that you wash out quickly, they're not worth spending a lot of money for, and that also includes sort of like cleansers and stuff like that. You see people splurging on like super expensive facial cleansers, and I feel like they're here today and gone tomorrow. Like, you put them them on and 10 seconds later they're gone. But I've never found something to match the shampoo. So my quick story time about this is, as some of you may know or may not know, I am a longtime lifestyle journalist. I came of age in the magazine world. I was a lifestyle editor and writer, and I still am. I haven't completely retired from that beat yet. When you worked in magazines back in the day, and probably still do, you get sent tons of free product. I mean tons. Every single day there are shipments of new shampoos to come in, new eyeliners, new makeup, just whatever you can dream of, it comes to you for free. When you work in the beauty department, you get so much of it that you can try what you like if you're thinking about using it or reporting on it. But generally you just accumulate so much you'll never get to all of it. So then what we used to do back in the day, and I'm sure this is still the case at, you know, the Vogues of the world and stuff like that, and other magazines that are relatively healthy compared to the so many that have shuttered. But back then, is you would accumulate all this stuff, and there usually was a beauty closet. And I know that if you've watched Devil Wears Prada, you've seen like the beauty closet, and that was like about fashion and stuff like that. But there is one for like supplies like this, like shampoos and stuff like that. And you have so many of them, you'll never use them all. They get put in there, and then a couple times a year, the beauty department usually will hold a sale for the staffers. They sell off all these products for like a really cheap price, like a few dollars. Back then it used to be somewhere between, I'd say, $3 and maybe $8, like super affordable. Sometimes you'd even buy pre-tickets, which is like you could buy like a $10 ticket and you'd be one of the first 10 to be able to go in, that kind of thing. So, and the reason, and we didn't filter those profits back into our magazines, although maybe looking back we should have. Generally that money would be accumulated and given away to a really worthy charity, often a women's shelter. So you could do it, and you could also feel good about doing it as well, and buying all kinds of stuff and just trying stuff you would never normally spend money on. So that is how I came to know and love Kerastase products. I had bought one. It was not the shampoo, I think actually the conditioner at first is the first thing I had, and I wasn't super impressed, but I spent like $4 on it, so who cares? And I still am not as impressed with the conditioner. It's okay. The shampoo blows me away. I love this shampoo so much, and we'll talk about the grading of it in a second. So that's how I got introduced to Kerastase products, and then when I actually looked up the retail price, I was shocked. I was shook. It was crazy. Like, you can get shampoo for what? $4? And this stuff was just so many, like 10 times that amount. But let me fast forward a little bit in this whole story time, and I will try and keep this to a minimum, but I'm kind of having fun describing it, so I hope you bear with me. I was at a sort of event where a hairstylist was, I can't even remember the whole gist of it, but basically we were talking to a hairstylist, and it's part of a little giveaway, like gift bag kind of thing. There's a teeny tiny version of this, which you can still buy. You can still buy a little sample size of this, given away also with a conditioner. So I had tried the conditioner, but I had never tried the shampoo in this teeny tiny format. This is so long ago now. I want to say this was 2006. I'm going to say it's like well over 10 years, like so many years I've been using this shampoo, and I've never found one to match it. I tried it and I fell in love. I don't know what magic it did to and I had much more hair then, and it was just so nice. I don't know, it was like hydrating, but it did do a nice deep clean, really left my hair soft and manageable. Loved it and kept purchasing it. And there have been times when I just haven't had the sort of desire to purchase it because it's so expensive. Sometimes I just like, I'm gonna give it a rest. Then but my mind always comes back to it, and I always repurchase it, especially if I think there's some sort of sale. I check Kerastase's website for sales. I'm gonna put a link down below for you guys too if you wanna check it out. Kerastase usually gives really nice samples, so that's something to know, because I know a lot of people like to buy from Amazon, and I have some issues with Amazon. I'm not going to get into that right now, but you don't get any samples. If you go to Kerastase, you get samples. Sometimes that leads you to other amazing products that you might like, and then sometimes there's like gift sets, and that makes each product much more affordable. Bottom line, love this shampoo. I would suggest though, if you just don't have the money, just maybe buy it from somewhere you can return it easily. I've seen it carried at Target. I've seen it at CVS. So that would just be my advice if you want to kind of treat yourself, but you're not sure if you're going to like it. What if you hate it? I don't want to be the person you blame for buying a super expensive shampoo that you don't end up liking. Let's get on to the grading rubric. I've created this list of different criteria that I hope will help you maybe make a buying decision or not on this, but just from my experience, this is what I have to say about it. Thickening and volumizing. This is not a thickening or volumizing shampoo. This is a very hydrating shampoo, and that's why I love it. And when I lost so much of my hair, and I didn't have much hair, even less than I have right now, because my hair regrowth is pretty good, it didn't weigh down my hair, and I was so surprised because a lot of hydrating and moisturizing shampoos that have that on the label are they don't cleanse that well. I did not find that to be the case with this. I found it to be wonderfully moisturizing and hydrating. Not thickening and not really volumizing, but does leave you with volume. It doesn't take away your volume. It just doesn't add a whole bunch of it that you don't already have, if that makes sense. Shine. For me, A+ on this product. It makes my hair shiny, soft, manageable, just prettier, always prettier than when I started out. And whenever I come back to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I needed that. So For me, just top marks in terms of shine for this product. Okay, moisture, just talked about that. This is one of the best and most effective moisturizing shampoos I've used ever, and I've used a lot of them. One thing to note about Kerastase is they're owned by company L'Oreal. So I have found some success with other less expensive L'Oreal products. There is an Everpure Lotus shampoo that's in a purple bottle, and that works really nicely too, smells beautiful. Also sulfate and paraben free, I believe. So, and this has got sulfates and I believe parabens in it. So if you are looking for something that's free of those things, L'Oreal makes that. I would say kind of comparable. The L'Oreal also makes one that's called, I can't remember the name of it. It's in a yellow bottle. I think it's something called like Extraordinary Oil. That could be just the Canadian name for it, but it's got the word oil, I think, usually on it. And it is kind of a clear shampoo as I recall. And it's in a sort of dark yellow bottle. So that one is pretty good as well. Kind of a dupe for this, but not as good. Fragrance. I love a nice smelling shampoo. This smells really nice. Maybe not to everybody's taste. It's not super floral, but it does smell like a really high-end shampoo. The conditioner, we'll talk about that in a minute, sort of layers on the same fragrance family. You know, Kerastase makes other shampoos that smell even better, like the Chronologiste, which is in a dark black bottle. It's crazy how I know what these bottles look like, even though I'm not looking at them right now, but I know their product line pretty well. Chronologiste, I think, is in a black or very dark brown bottle, and that smells heavenly. If you wear that, that is like hair perfume. This one, it smells nice and lovely. I like it, but it's not as nice as the Chronologiste, if that makes sense. Softness. A+ for softness for this shampoo. Leaves my hair so soft, so nice. Compared it to Mane and Tail. Mane and Tail left my hair feeling like straw. This one feels conditioned, soft, and supple, and it's just easy to style. It's easy for me still, even though it's moisturizing, it's still easy for me to put a curling iron in after, if you know what I'm saying, or to flat iron it if that's what I want to do. Like if I want to do heat styling, it works super well. So there's that. Cleansing power. Surprisingly, this is a cleansing shampoo. You might not think it would be, because it's supposed to be a very nutritious, I guess, shampoo. That's the name, nutritive, but it does a really good job cleaning. Here's a word to the wise though. When you're washing, if you're getting a big lather the first time you're washing, you're for sure using too much shampoo. So I would say really dial back down the amount of shampoo you're using. Even with one like this, I've had this now for about at the beginning of quarantine, because I was like, if COVID takes me out, I ain't going out with bad hair. So I stocked up. That's where my mind went. I was afraid of a shortage of my favorite shampoo, and not that much is gone from it. So you should really just be using a tiny amount. Try 2 dimes in your hand, do a first wash, try 2 dimes a second time, and that should be the time that it lathers. If you're getting a lot of lather in the first wash, you're probably using too much shampoo, or you're maybe also shampooing more than once a day. That might be too frequent, but try cutting down on the amount of shampoo, which is good because this stuff's expensive, right? So if you use less, it will last a lot longer. These bottles last me half a year. So I'm only purchasing, and I do swap in with some other shampoos, but I'm only purchasing 2 times a year. So it's expensive, but what else am I spending my money on right now? I'm trapped inside. So who's it best for? I can really recommend this shampoo for everybody. I've had a lot of hair. I've had oily hair. I've had thin hair. I've had dry hair. I've had normal hair, and it's worked well in all conditions. I'm not the only one saying this. Really famous YouTuber Lisa Eldridge has talked about her favorite shampoo, which is not, I think, this particular Kerastase, but she loves Kerastase as well. I don't know what the magic is in this product. Are we just fooling ourselves? I sometimes think, am I just wanting to believe this because it's expensive? But I have tried so many other things, and I've tried other expensive shampoos. I don't want to slam Bumble and Bumble, but I have tried that brand, and it is expensive as well. I've tried Living Proof, and that's expensive as well, and I have not liked them as much. For me, this is the only one that performs better than a drugstore shampoo. But before you come after me, please remember that everybody's hair chemistry, scalp chemistry levels are different. So what works for me might not work for you. This is just my experience of this product. So now let's move on to the conditioner. So the conditioner, I've made, other videos where I've mentioned it. It's really not my favorite. I don't think it's worth spending a fortune on this. I just happened to buy it because I bought a set, and I got this, and I got this sort of matching product for putting in your hair before you heat style it, which I love. That's a really good product. The conditioner is just, it's okay. I think that honestly, you could buy any other conditioner, you'd probably be just as happy with it. Much less expensive conditioner that I love is the Viviscal conditioner, which I have mentioned. I have a video here about a drugstore haul that I did, so I will link that up and you can see my thoughts on the Viviscal conditioner. Not the shampoo, just the conditioner in the Viviscal line I find really nice for people with hair loss, and it smells delightful. This one smells good, it just sort of smells like the other one, but let's go through my actual criteria here. Same criteria I used on the Mane and Tail, and same criteria I will be using going forward on other shampoo reviews. One of the criteria I have here is weight. This is a lightweight conditioner. Use it and scrunch it through your hair. This is a tip that I give. Don't rake if you're dealing with hair loss, because you will rake out a lot of hair. You'll have a ton of hair in your fingers and you will be freaking out. So don't do that to yourself. Just scrunch it in that way and just go from the mids to the ends. Obviously don't put it on the scalp. You knew that already, right? Texture on dry hair, soft, manageable, but very, very light. That's why I'm not the biggest lover of this conditioner. I don't feel like it's made as much difference. Definitely when I run out, I don't tend to repurchase this. It's the shampoo that I'm in love with. How much do you need? You probably need about an equal amount to the shampoo. So if you're using 2 dimes and then 2 dimes when you're washing, 2 dime size amounts, you probably need 4 dime size for my hair anyway. What you see here, about that is how much I need for the conditioner, and it does an adequate job. Yes, you don't need a ton of it. It is pretty effective and concentrated, and it is nice. It's a nice conditioner, but I can't give it a really super high rating. The conditioner is best for anybody. If your hair is very, very dry, I'd say maybe it's actually not quite heavy enough. You might need to level up or use a leave-in conditioner if you have like super dry hair and you have a lot of it. A+ honeys for this one, because nothing's beat this one, and I would like to find one that does. So if you have a shampoo you love, drop it down below, because I've tried everything. I've not in more than a decade found one to beat this one. So A+ for this one. For the shampoo, for the conditioner, I'm gonna give her, because it's so expensive, I'm only gonna give her a C+, because I feel like it's a lot of money to spend on a conditioner that's not really performing better than a lot of other ones that cost a fraction of the price. The smell, the fragrance doesn't blow me away, the performance doesn't blow me away, so you know, I cannot give this one a super high mark. So yeah, those are my marks for these two. Gosh, I hope that was helpful. Please do, remember to like, remember to subscribe. Let me know what shampoos you're loving and hating, or whether you want to try this one, or you're curious what you want me to review. I'd love to hear that from you too. And thanks for spending your time here with me. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Now I want to talk to you about Olaplex, which I'm ranking second here because I still like it. I still have some, actually. I had bought this small package because I couldn't find the full-size shampoo and conditioner here where I live, because I think it was popular on TikTok and then it sold out. I bought these minis. They are still lasting. Love it. Also, when my hair gets super, super dry and I'm finding that my holy grail is not quite cutting it and I just want to have that really moisturized moment, and maybe I want to straighten my hair as I have done here, I reach for the Olaplex. It is an amazing shampoo. You can watch this video to see why I liked it so much, including before and after shots, which you can see. I think it looks really, really nice. And I still continue to love it. And this is one of the few that I've purchased, that I've bought a small size of, that I would actually purchase for myself. So when I run out, I'm gonna be waiting for a sale at Sephora, and I'm gonna be buying the full size because I did like the shampoo and the conditioner. You'll have to see why I like both of them very, very much. And so yeah, let's roll that. If you're curious about Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, then stay tuned. This video is for you. Today I'm going to be talking about whether I think Olaplex shampoo number 4 and the conditioner, which is numbered 5, are worth it. I'm going to try them out for a week, and then we're going to look at my hair. We're going to talk about all the different criteria that I have for judging shampoos. This is not the only shampoo review I have. I talk about a lot of different common shampoos that you might find out there that especially are for hair loss. This one is not. This is for repairing damaged hair. But if you're curious about like shampoos that do thickening kind of things and stuff like that, I have tons of reviews. Go ahead and watch those as well. I'll be sure to link them up. But we're going to focus on Olaplex number 4 and number 5. These were hard to find. Guess what? I could only actually get these small ones because I was trying to buy the full-size shampoo, and I feel like maybe TikTok, maybe there were a whole bunch of like hair care TikToks about Olaplex shampoo, or maybe it just got super popular, but they were sold out. I could not find a full-size bottle of shampoo, which is maybe for the better because it's expensive. I mean, the shampoo itself is not super expensive. You know, you can get it for under $30, but when you get the conditioner as well, like you're looking at 60 bucks almost on shampoo. That's a lot of money. So we're gonna go through this. I'm gonna give you some initial thoughts because I've actually washed my hair one time and air dried it. So this is what it looks like with one wash. I already have some feelings about that. So we're gonna talk about that. Then I'm gonna try it for a week, 3 or 4 washes all together, and I'll come back and give you guys that part of the review. So stay tuned for later in the video where I'm just gonna judge it by all these different criteria I have that I judge all my shampoo videos by. Let's just get into some initial thoughts about it. Almost always the first thing I do when I get a new shampoo is I like to smell it, and this one smells, the Olaplex, a lot of people say in Sephora, it smells great. They love the fragrance, but people almost never describe the fragrance. So I'm gonna do that for you right now. This is a very floral, botanical type fragrance. It smells like many other shampoos that you've smells. There's pretty much nothing unique in my mind about the fragrance of it. It's not particularly nice, but it's not bad either. It's just not noticeable. It smells a bit like flowers, I guess. I'm actually surprised that for the price, that they charged that they didn't go with a more high-end type smell. And what do I mean by a more high-end type smell? If you've ever smelled Aveda shampoos, you'll notice they have almost like an herbaceous yoga studio kind of smell of like essential oils. That's the sort of vibe they give, and it makes it smell more high-end. If you've ever smelled, I'm gonna say maybe Kevin Murphy shampoos or Kerastase, you guys may know if you watch my other videos, Kerastase is my holy grail brand for shampoos. I love that stuff so much. Those always have a different smell that doesn't smell like any other shampoo on the market. Usually some sort of more woodsy, almost spicy scents. Even Viviscal shampoo, which is an affordable sort of thinning hair targeted shampoo, has this nice spicy unisex smell, but Olaplex most definitely floral scent. It's not bad by any means, but it's really nothing special. So that was my first thought. And when I shampooed with it today, I felt the exact same way. It seems to leave scent in your hair after you wash it. You know, the conditioner has the exact same fragrance, which is very common with shampoos and conditioners. They layer on the same fragrance, which I guess makes complete sense because they would clash if they were totally different, or they could clash if they were very different scents. But it's not high end. The scent is not high end. So just know that about that. That is neither here nor there for many, many people. But if you're concerned about scent or you love a nice smelling, high end smelling shampoo, this is not it. This is not it. Let's now talk about the consistency. The Olaplex shampoo is unlike, just on my first trial, unlike any shampoo I've ever tested so far. It is so thick and concentrated. It feels like 5 times the shampoo distilled down into, you know, a small amount. So if you are gonna use it, definitely do not use a lot. I have also spoke about how to wash your hair properly. I'm a huge advocate of using a lot less shampoo and maybe even thinking about washing your hair more frequently. So I only use 2 dime sizes in the palm of my hand, and then I emulsify it a bit, and then I go in there and I do a first wash, and then I do it again and I do a second wash, and wow, I got a lot of lather. I got a lot of lather from this shampoo. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. We're gonna test it the whole way, and then I'll give you some better thoughts. I was not crazy about the amount of lather. I actually felt it was too concentrated. This sounds weird, right? And too lathery. That's not technically a problem, but you really just should scale back the amount that you use. But you're not going to know that the first time you go in to use the Olaplex. You're not necessarily going to know to use less. So that's just my warning to you. Start with a lot less. You can always build up, do a second wash, or use a bit more in the future. Use a bit less. Try that. Super goopy, super thick. It doesn't budge. Many shampoos will slide down your hand when you put your hand up. This one did not. It just stuck there. I've never felt a shampoo like it, so it's definitely unique. I did just an air dry because I really wanted you guys to see what it looked like just air dried. I haven't added any serum or anything to protect my hair. It's been dry now for a couple hours. I have 2A, like a 2A, 2B wave in my hair. My hair's kind of on the drier side. My scalp's in pretty good condition. I'm having some split ends. Like I haven't seen the hairdresser in about half a year because of the pandemic, so I just have not prioritized getting my ends trimmed, and they are a tiny bit. There's like a little bit of split ends, and a lot of my split ends have happened because for a long time I was not brushing my hair correctly. That's a whole other story. I've made videos about how to brush your hair. Most of us are just going from the top down like this, and this tends to just hit on the same spot and create split ends. So I do have a few split ends, but what I wanted to say though is that, yeah, I haven't had a haircut. I desperately need a trim, so this is a perfect time for me to be trying the Olaplex, but I'm gonna come a little closer and you're gonna see it's left me with, I'm gonna say, a little bit of almost a stringy vibe. A bit of a stringiness. You see that down here? Like my hair normally does not look like this when I use my Kerastase shampoo, which is like my holy grail shampoo. I guess the upside is that this is a bit of a moisturizing formula. We'll go into more detail as I try it more. But the downside is who kind of wants to have stringy looking hair? Do I feel like it's helped the look of my split ends? I can't tell. I think it's too early to see. But what I don't like is, yes, it's giving me stringy hair here, but it's giving me a bit of frizz up here. And the other thing that happened was I had quite a bit of hair loss, which I'm not going to attribute to this shampoo, so don't come after me for that. A little bit more hair fell out than I'm used to having, and I think that is actually not anything about the shampoo triggering hair loss. I think it might be just the lathering effect. This is why I tend to steer away from highly lathering shampoos. I feel that they don't increase hair loss, but they make more hair loss come out than maybe normally would with a more hydrating version. And that is just a function of it's sort of the way it moves through your hair and the way the lather just moves through your hair strands. I feel like more of them come out at that moment. I'm not trying to say it causes hair loss. Most hair loss is caused by internal factors, not the shampoos or conditioners that you're using. It was more than normal, so I found that a bit disconcerting. So we're gonna check for that after the week is done. Yeah, so far I cannot say that I'm loving it, but stay tuned and we will see what happens after a few washes. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do before I forgot was to say I'm gonna make a separate video about the Hair Perfector #3, because when I bought this trial kit because I couldn't find the full-size shampoo. It was all sold out. It came with a number 3 hair perfector and a number 6 bond smoother. So I didn't use those because I wanted to just give the shampoo and conditioner a straight shot, but I'm gonna make another video about those, so you'll wanna make sure that you subscribe so that you see that video as well. Yeah, and if it's out already, I will link it up. Yeah, the hair perfector is a pre-shampoo product and the bond smoother is a post-shampoo, post-wash product. So we will try those out in a separate video altogether, but I just wanted to keep them separate just in case you're only considering the shampoo or the conditioner. So I haven't tried these yet, but make sure that you subscribe or look for the link to these if it's already out. When I put my hair to the side, look how much better it looks. I feel like it looks kind of better like this. I also just wanted to quickly jump on to say, and I promise this is the last thing I'm gonna jump on to say until we go into trying this out for an entire week. If you would help to support me on Patreon, that would be so amazing. Help support this channel. All the work that I do here and all the products I buy are not sponsored. This is not an advertisement, and I rely on the help of my patrons, including you guys. So if you like this stuff and you wanna give me a hand here on this channel, I'll drop a link down below in the comments. Okay, that's it, I promise. I promise. We're jumping in now to using it and my thoughts on that. So it's been 2 weeks of using Olaplex. I was actually only gonna do it for a week, but then I actually increased it to 2 weeks because I've been really liking this product. I have so much to tell you guys. I actually have to take a bunch of notes so that I don't forget. So I put it to a 2-week test. Really liking it. I was sort of suffering, as you guys saw before. Suffering was like a very intense and dramatic word. My hair felt a little bit kind of on the stringy side, and that continued that day until I discovered the secret of Olaplex. And what that is that it works amazing as soon as you need to heat style with it. I straightened my hair and oh my gosh, right away I could see that it was just performing so beautifully. It almost like stuck and laminated to my hair so that when I pulled through that flat iron, it went so smoothly and my hair was so glossy and soft after. It felt like someone else's hair. It felt like doll hair. It was so soft. I could not believe it. So then the next time I washed, I decided to repeat the experiment, which I've done again here today, which was to use a curling iron. Again, you get these heavy, soft curls, and I've never experienced this with any other shampoo before. This stuff is in a class of its own. Even for my split ends, which tend to be concentrated around here, you know, it cannot take away the split ends, but it definitely sort of hydrated, moisturized them, kind of stuck them together so that they're not visible anymore. This stuff's pretty amazing. So stick around to see the mark that I gave this and the conditioner. We will get through that. I wanted to address the hair loss that I had mentioned. The thing about the hair loss was, yes, I did continue to see a few more strands than usual fall out, and I don't attribute this to any of the ingredients. Like, there's nothing in this that makes your hair fall out. Nothing in a shampoo would do that except for maybe Nair, or if it's, I can't even think of a situation where you could blame the shampoo for making your hair fall out, although I'm sure many of you will comment otherwise. What I think it is, there's something about the sort of stickiness in the formulation that just loosens up hair and helps it to come out. There's a lot of lather that I've discussed, and I think that those things in combination sort of make hair that was already ready to fall out now instead. So I don't think it's enhancing hair loss necessarily, but just sort of moving along the stuff with this deep cleansing power and the stickiness. It's sort of sticking and pulling out those hairs that were gonna come out eventually. It's just like kind of releases them a little bit more quickly. I think that's what's going on, because I definitely saw more strands than usual, but nothing alarming, nothing that would make me stop using this product, but more. Definitely, I just want to be honest with you guys, definitely more. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before I forget is that I feel like if you use this a lot, it leaves your hair beautifully coated. It leaves like almost a coating on your hair, which is great if you're doing any kind of heat styling, and is also great if you sort of have a lot of damage in your hair. I think it helps to rebuild those places in your hair where there are little tiny micro breaks. So it does a great job of like spackling them in. Like say you had a wall that had a hole in it and you put some spackle in it and smoothed it out. It seems to be what it does, and it's enhanced by using any kind of blow dryer, any kind of heat styling tools, because I've tried 3 altogether. I blow dried my hair, that turned out nicely. I straightened it with a flat iron, that turned out well. And I use a curling iron, and you get these gorgeous, I didn't break through these yet. I'll break through them because I just wanted to show. I didn't run my fingers through them, which is what I typically do, because I just wanted to show you. But it gives you this beautiful soft weightiness that I've never had with a shampoo before. This is a game-changing product. I would really not hesitate to recommend it if you have damaged hair and if you use a lot of heat styling, and I'm not surprised why hairstylists seem to like it. But anyhow, let's get into the criteria. I use these criteria on all the shampoos that I rank. I've done lots of shampoo reviews here and I continue to do them. I'm gonna be ranking Dream Lengths by L'Oreal L'Oreal. That's gonna be coming next, so if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe so that you'll get that video when it comes out. And if you're watching in the future, have a look for this one on my channel. They have so many commercials. You've probably seen a commercial maybe even during this video for this L'Oreal Dream Lengths shampoo. They're pushing this stuff hard. It's got keratin and castor oil, the one that I picked up, and I bought the two of them for like $8. They were on sale, so hang around for that. Okay, so Olaplex shampoo. Thickening, it didn't really do much necessarily for thickening. It's not meant to do much for thickening, but that's fine. Volumizing, yeah, it actually did give me more volume than I was expecting, which is kind of unexpected, I guess. It gives me some volume here and almost to the point of being a little frizzy. I have no idea how they're doing this, where this can still stay light and this part down here can feel so hydrated. I think maybe it's my conditioning technique, and we'll talk about the conditioner in a bit, but I only go from like the mids to the ends with the conditioner. I think something about the bond between the shampoo and conditioner, they really work well together somehow. Like they were definitely formulated to work, to lock and layer on top of each other. And I don't usually say that about conditioners. I usually go hard on shampoos and conditioners. And if you watch my reviews, I usually tell you guys not to bother with the conditioner, especially if it's expensive. Shine, yes, amazing shine. But I think the shine will dull eventually and you will need to clarify. Just judging by, I feel like there's a bit of buildup over the weeks that I've been using this, but definitely it does make your hair shiny. Moisture, yes. This is why my hair was looking stringy earlier. It pounds in that moisture. Again, I don't know what's in here, but it's pretty magical. Definitely leaves your hair heavier, weightier, moisturized, and it can look kind of stringy, but if you put a heat tool on it, or even when you wait the next day, it seems to just go right into the hair. So yes, A+ for the moisture. Fragrance, I don't have an issue with this fragrance. It's got that sort of nice, soft, botanical, floral kind of smell. It's not super strong. It doesn't last powerfully to the next day. I'm surprised that it doesn't have more performance in the fragrance, but it's not a negative thing. Just wanted to note that for you. Softness, oh my gosh, this shampoo and conditioner combo made my hair the softest it has ever been. And I never say this kind of stuff on my channel. I usually complain that shampoos are too dry and leave my hair too crispy, etc. and so forth. Even my Holy Grail shampoo does not leave my hair this soft. It just doesn't. This is amazing stuff. Cleansing power, wow for cleansing power. Like so strong, like super concentrated shampoo. In fact, I think you need to dial back way back in the amount you usually use. I've dialed my amount back to like half and I already use so little as it is. This will just power through your scalp. It is unlike anything I've ever used. It's so concentrated. My tip though is to wet it with a tiny bit of water. So once you put it in your palm, just quickly use your hand into the shower stream and then get a tiny bit wet and then rub them together and then use the shampoo like that, because this stuff's wow, it's powerful, but it's not stripping, so that's pretty cool. Lather, wow, the lather. I hate to keep saying wow, but the lather's amazing. You get so much lather, too much lather, I would actually say. I'm actually not in favor of hugely lathering shampoos, but this one, this will give you a lot of bubbles in your hair for sure. So yes, on the lather, there's a lot of it. Who's it best for? Okay, in general, like I said, I think if you have bleached hair, yeah, you're gonna need this. If you have permed hair, I think you'd probably like this too. If you're a curly girl, I think you could probably try this. I'm not sure that it's curly girl friendly. In fact, I've never seen such a long list of ingredients on a shampoo in my life. But if you're sort of modified curly girl, it might work for you because it seemed to give a lot of moisture, which is what you curlies and wavies need. I'm a wavy myself, but I don't really go with the curly girl method. I find it too strict. If you have just virgin, perfectly nice hair, I don't know that you need this. You know, like if you have dry hair, try it. It's really not bad. If you have kind of oily hair, it might not be for you. I'm not sure that you need more moisture in your hair necessarily. If you have really straight, beautiful hair, I think it might be overkill. You can always try it. You'll definitely get softness, but you'll probably get buildup that you need to clean. That's my guess. But if your hair's anyway from medium to dry, I'd be happy to recommend this to pretty much everybody except for the people with extreme oil and already really healthy, virgin, unbleached, uncolored, untreated hair with like little breakage. You probably don't need it, but for nearly everybody else, I think you're gonna like it. And I'm gonna give this one an A. This is a very solid A. It could have been an A+, but I feel like I'm feeling some buildup. Like A is a really great mark. This is definitely the best shampoo I've ever tried. I've not tried every shampoo, but would I purchase it again? 100%. Would I use it every day or every time I wash? No, I feel it builds up too much. Would I use it before a special occasion when I wanted my hair to look good and I need to do like curls and straightening? Absolutely. Absolutely I would, and I will, because I still, despite buying these teeny tiny bottles, I still have a lot left because you just need so little. So the good news is if you do buy a full bottle of shampoo, yeah, it's pricey, but it's gonna last you, I think, a long time, a really long time, probably the better part of a year, especially if you don't wash like every second day and you're using a small amount, like I say. Go ahead and get the shampoo, try it, you know, maybe buy it from somewhere you can return it. I hate to throw more business Sephora's way, but they have a really good return policy. I will give them that. Conditioner. Let's move on to the conditioner. The weight of the conditioner is really soft. It's nice. The texture on my dry hair, really, really nice. Again, I almost never say this, but I really think that the conditioner and the shampoo worked together. Somehow they layer up and do some sort of bonding type magic together. How much do you need? I use the same amount as I used of the shampoo, maybe a tiny bit more of the conditioner. It's very lightweight and it sinks into your hair in no time. In fact, this is probably one of the fastest absorbing conditioners I've ever used. Again, I think that they're working in lockstep together somehow, so I wouldn't hesitate to recommend, even at this high price, the conditioner. In fact, I think you probably should get it because I'm not sure you'll get the full benefit if you just use the shampoo. Who is it best for? Same as the shampoo, it's best for people with like damaged hair, medium to dry hair, permed hair, mostly everybody, unless your hair is already in really nice, soft, smooth condition. Does it do anything for or against hair loss? No, neither of these do. These are not hair loss shampoos. They're meant to repair. And I think that they deliver on this promise, and I'm actually gonna give this conditioner, just by virtue of how strong and how well it works with the shampoo, I'm actually gonna give it an A. That is the first time I've ever given a conditioner an A. I am usually pretty harsh on them because they usually are not really anything special. I think this one with the shampoo, you need to get them together. I really do. So the Bond Maintenance shampoo is the number 4. The Bond Maintenance conditioner is the number 5. I'm gonna be trying the number 3, which is the Hair Perfector, which you used before, and the number 6 in a subsequent video, so make sure that you stay tuned for that or check it out. I'll link it up if it's out, otherwise just subscribe and it'll be out shortly. Yeah, really high marks for this shampoo, Olaplex. You know, I am very harsh here because I know you're spending your own money and, you know, you guys support me and I spent my money and also consequently your money when you're supporting me. I go in really hard. I mark these as hard as I possibly can, and I try to be fair about them as well. Like if it really performs, I'm gonna tell you so. I think that these are worth splurging on. You know, I have very little bad to say about them other than I think you probably will need to reach for that clarifying shampoo maybe once or twice a month. Jury's still out on the other products, so I'm gonna be testing those a bit further. I'm not completely ready to give a review on those, but yeah, Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, thumbs up for these. If you've tried them, I wanna hear from you. Do drop me a note down below in the comments. Thanks so much everybody for listening, giving me your valuable time. We'll see you soon. Next up is Dream Links. This is a drugstore shampoo, not very expensive. And what I found out was that it is a protein shampoo. And what does that mean for my hair? Well, just have a watch and you'll see the before and the after. You know, this was not exactly for my hair type, but I think for the price, what it was really nice, but you can see the before and after here. I'm gonna roll this. I don't really have much of an update. I passed this on to my son, so he uses it now. It smells lovely. Go ahead and watch that video and judge for yourself. You know, I ranked it pretty highly. Have a look. If you've seen lots of commercials on your YouTube channel or wherever for this L'Oreal Dream Links shampoo and you're just curious whether it works or not, then stay tuned. We're gonna talk about it here on my channel. I don't know about you. I don't know if it's because I review shampoo and I talk about shampoo a lot, but I've been getting bombarded by L'Oreal commercials right now. I guess this is their newest line, the Dream Links line, and they're just pushing this hard everywhere. I can't seem to watch a commercial on YouTube and even on TV, although I don't think they're following me around on TV, but definitely on YouTube, I'm getting targeted with these L'Oreal Dream Links shampoo and conditioner and there's some other products in this line, commercials and ads. And so I thought I would pick this up from the drugstore. This is like something available at the drugstore. Here in Canada, it is called just Dream Links. In the US, I believe it's called Elvive or Elvive. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but it's done under L'Oreal's Elvive or Elvive line. Inexpensive stuff. This was on sale here. I picked these up for $4 for each bottle. I know that at Target it sold for I think $6 is the regular retail price for the shampoo and then for the conditioner. So like for under 10 bucks, you could be getting some quality hair care, question mark? We're not sure, we're gonna look into it. I'm gonna test this out for an entire week as I do with all the other shampoos here on my channel. You know, I've tested Mane and Tail shampoo. That didn't work out so well for me. I tested Aveda's Invati line. You can see that. And Nioxin and also Olaplex. So the shampoos I try and test are ones that are sort of targeted to hair loss, hair breakage, damaged hair. This is the newest one from L'Oreal that is supposed to try and help people with long hair, so it says on it, I guess repair their lengths. It says right on it that it intensely repairs lengths. Long, damaged hair. My hair's not that long, but it's longish and it's got some damage on it, unfortunately, so we're gonna see how she goes. I have already washed a couple times, just 2 times, so I'm not through the entire week yet, so stay tuned. Toward the end of this, I'm gonna give these grades. I have criteria that I judge all my shampoos. I'm a very harsh judge of shampoos and conditioners. Please know that. And the reason is because so many of them make claims about hair loss and hair repair, and they cannot possibly live up to the claims. The closest one I've ever tested so far that actually did something, I felt, was actually Olaplex. Go ahead and watch that review. That's a really great product. I think that is actually worth the expensive price tag. Shampoos like this, I mean, they throw around all kinds of claims about hair care and hair loss and repairing hair. Can they really live up to it? We shall see. If I were the teacher of these shampoos, I would be a nightmare. I would be the teacher that they hate because I'm really, really strict and tough on shampoos. They need to deliver, and I've tried a lot of them. I know what I'm talking about at this point. This is the second time I've been using this shampoo. It is pretty good so far. You know, it is inexpensive. I will give it that. For, you know, 2 things for under $10 is within reach for almost everybody. There's quite a lot in them, so they're heavy. This is 385 milliliters in each of these, and it's a pretty hefty bottle. The smell is not bad. L'Oreal's got a really interesting place in the market, in my experience. A lot of shampoos go for brighter fragrances, and L'Oreal almost always picks a sort of what I would call a higher end fragrance. And you hear me talk about this sometimes on my channel. What I mean is it has kind of sexy notes that you don't find, like almost woodsy, sexy fragrance notes that you don't find. Like Garnier, for instance, doesn't use those kind of notes. They tend to use brighter, fruitier, more floral scents. Even Olaplex uses a very floral, botanical, feminine kind of smell. Whereas this shampoo definitely, and the conditioner, they both kind of smell the same. They layer on top of each other. Has almost a kind of, it's not floral, and it has almost a sort of a sexy smell. And it has a lot of performance actually for a drugstore shampoo. So the next day it will still be fragrant in your hair if that's the kind of thing you're into. And if you don't care, it probably won't bother you, but it is kind of a stronger smelling shampoo. And that's something that I find with L'Oreal products. Their fragrance tends to be pretty high performance, and it will last the next day if you're into that jam. Some people don't care. And if you're sensitive to fragrance, these perhaps are not for you because they can cling. Okay, enough talking about fragrance. Let's talk about the actual look. This is my hair air dried, and so when I make these reviews, I try and just air dry my hair so you can get a pretty good sense of what it would look like. You'll see here that it is a bit frizzy still. That's okay. That means that it wasn't very heavy. The conditioner was not very heavy, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Smells lovely, smells really nice. To me, I like that kind of woodsier scent. I don't love a fruity, very bright scented, really girly kind of scent. It's very much tailored to women, right? Like they're trying to get women to buy this. It's got this pretty pink detail here, like a fuchsia contrast to this orange, and then this pretty like foil lettering. At least here in Canada, it's got keratin and castor oil. So these are all like ingredients and just a whole vibe that's meant to appeal to women with longer hair. Contrast this, for instance, with like Nioxin, right? This is a very unisex marketed shampoo. It is gray and white. Could anything look more bland and just universally appealing, I guess, than this? I feel like appealing was not the right word. Just universally bland. This is meant to appeal to women with long hair. I'd say that's pretty obvious from the marketing. It's got keratin and castor oil in it. Keratin, in my experience, doesn't really do much. I've had shampoos that have keratin. I had a keratin treatment, and you have to use special keratin shampoo for that, according to my hair stylist anyway, which I did. And castor oil. Castor oil is interesting because that is a hair loss targeted ingredient. A lot of people just try and use castor oil on their scalp to help to regrow hair. I don't go that route. As you guys know from, or maybe you don't, you're new here, I use Rogaine and minoxidil to deal with my hair loss situation, and I have a lot of great hair regrowth now. Castor oil is not something that I really mess with. It is apparently very thick, and you have to, if you want to use straight castor oil, you're supposed to mix it with something else as well because it's just so gummy and thick. I'm not into putting oil on my scalp personally. To each their own. I'm not judging you if that's the route you want to try. And the conditioner has castor oil in it as well. But just first thoughts, perfectly nice. Nothing special, nothing bad about it that I can report. It was pretty bubbly, so if you like a lot of lather, and I'll talk more a bit about it, and I'll show you some visuals to go along with it about how much lather it creates with a very small amount. Perfectly nice shampoo so far, so we shall see. Oftentimes I say this and then it ends up being like a disaster shampoo. That has happened to me before. So we'll see after a week. Pretty satisfied. I would never consider this to be any kind of holy grail, but let's just say you're traveling and you need to pick up a shampoo, or you know, it's on a deep discount and you just want to try it. I think it's good. I'm not sure that it's delivering anything for my ends. In fact, I think my split ends are looking just as split as they ever have before, in contrast to Olaplex. But of course, Olaplex cost many, many, many multiples of the price of this shampoo, but it's shampoo and conditioner, right? So we'll get more into the claims and the details. I have 2A, 2B hair, so I just thought I would mention that, which refers to the type of wave pattern that's in my hair. So if you're wondering why my hair is sometimes straight, sometimes wavy, this is it naturally air dried. And while you're here, if I could trouble you to like and subscribe, and if you're able to support me on Patreon, I would appreciate that so much. I will drop a link down below, because the work that I do, I don't take hair product sponsorships right now, mostly because the ones that get offered to me tend to be kind of what I would consider to be scammy, so I would never promote that to you guys. But I do product reviews, and the support on Patreon helps to support my product fund, so I can buy these kinds of things and show you guys how they perform and talk about whether their claims are true or not. So link for that down below. All right, it's been over a week of testing of this shampoo and conditioner. I've washed my hair 4 times now, and I've got a pretty good idea of what it feels like. I'm gonna judge it, but just first off, I wanted to tell you guys I'm having some issues. I'm having some issues with this shampoo. What I'm noticing is actually it kind of does deliver on its promise of lengths. I don't think they're that dreamy, but it has actually oddly made my hair longer, and I'm gonna tell you what has happened. I have kind of wavy hair, and those waves, I don't know if you can see it here, are actually now very straight. This would normally have much more of a bend to it, right? Like a kind of an S, a really loose S in my case. On here too. And when I look at it, these are just stick straight hairs. I haven't done anything to my hair, no heat styling, no blow drying, nothing. Just washed it and brushed it through to see what it would look like, and this is what it looks like. And I found out why. I decided, and probably I should have done this earlier, to actually read some of the ingredients. It's full of protein. This is basically a protein-based shampoo and conditioner, so generally speaking, those don't work that well for me. They're kind of okay for a one-time shot. Curly girls know a lot about using protein shampoos and conditioners, so if you're a curly and you need a protein thing, I hate to say it, but these are probably not suitable because they're full of the other ingredients that you can't use, like silicones and stuff like that, probably parabens too. I haven't looked that carefully. I know that they have silicones, I did see that. This has got wheat protein in it, so if you're avoiding, some people do avoid gluten shampoos that have gluten in them. That is actually a thing. I am not one of those people, but it's got like 2 types of wheat protein in it, soy protein and corn protein, so that's something to know. Other active ingredients in it are panthenol, which is not a bad ingredient. You see that in a lot of different shampoos and hair care products, and niacinamide. Niacinamide is often used in scalp, like dandruff type treatments, but also in facial, like cleansers and stuff like that. Oddly, it's in the conditioner too for some strange reason. And the reason I say that it's strange that niacinamide is in the conditioner is that in some other shampoos, like for instance, Nioxin, I believe, which I have tested, I have a video about that, they don't include it because you don't put conditioner generally on your scalp, so it's not really effective ingredient for the actual strands of hair. It's meant for skin. So I'm not sure why it's included in the conditioner. I cannot say that I am happy overall with this shampoo. I'm really looking forward to going back to my holy grail, or even Olaplex for that matter, because I just feel like my hair is when I use protein, it feels kind of tough, kind of not soft, kind of a little brittle, I almost want to say. But it did make it longer, so it does do something for the lengthening, which is kind of interesting. And the way that it's done that is kind of flattened out my hair and made it look kind of limp. Actually, it's looking fresh and clean now, but by the 2nd, 3rd day, it tends to look kind of limp, and instead of it being kind of like a nice wave, it kind of is like this wave that is a little bit wavy here, and then it just kind of, the wave just dies right there, which is not my best look. I tried using it with a straight iron as well, and it worked okay. Nothing like the Olaplex, which really coats every single strand and makes it feel silky and beautiful and makes the ends look repaired. This did not make my ends look repaired at all when I used the flat iron on it. My split ends were just as visible, maybe more visible, so I don't think it really delivers on that, but it does give you that protein feel shampoo and conditioner. I wish that they would just say that. I wish that sometimes they would market these things and just tell people straight up, this is a protein shampoo, this is, because you have to like read through it. You have to look through the ingredients. If you're looking for a protein shampoo, you're looking for the word protein in the ingredient list, right? Which I was not. I was not looking for a protein shampoo. Anyhow, let's get into my list. I go through these when I do these are just criteria. I go through these when I do all my ratings for shampoo and conditioner because I want to make sure that I'm grading things on the same criteria, right? You don't want to be jumping all over the place and just giving some sort of overall vibe of it. So let's jump right in for the shampoo. Thickening. It is not really a thickening shampoo, nor is it meant to be. It's meant to be more of a protein shampoo. So I don't feel like it gave me extra volume, which is my next one, volumizing. No, I think if anything, it made my hair look a little on the limp side, which is not a great look. Shine. Yes, it delivered on shine. It is quite a cleansing shampoo, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, it gave me adequate shine, not the shiniest I've ever seen and not the least shiny, but it did deliver some shine. Moisture, not really. I would say this is not really, despite its sort of intensely repairing lengths. And this is not the lengthening one, actually. This one is just for more repair. There's one that actually is supposed to make your hair actually longer even than this. And I didn't pick that one up. I picked these one because I thought they would be more hydrating. They're not. There's not too much moisture for me in this. Maybe your results will vary, but this was definitely not on the spectrum of my more moisturizing shampoos because of the protein. Shampoos can usually be divided into protein or moisturizing in my experience. Fragrance, I spoke about that. The fragrance is quite nice. It definitely lasts into the next day. You know, I could definitely smell it in my hair the next day and even the third day, so it lasts. Softness, no, I got no softness out of the shampoo. None. It didn't make my hair soft unless I flat ironed it. When I flat ironed it, it felt a bit softer, and that's just because that's the act of smoothing out those strands with heat, right? I don't think it was anything specifically about the shampoo or the conditioner that made my hair feel soft. Cleansing power, yeah, it had a lot of cleansing power, and it had a lot of lather, which is my next tip. Maybe too much lather, actually. So again, this is one of those shampoos like Olaplex shampoo that you can really dial down on how much you're using, and you'll get a big head full of lather. Actually, just on a recent comment that I had from an audience member was, what if you have really long hair? Don't you need more shampoo in that case? Well, I say no, and Brad Mondo, who's a huge YouTuber here, also says no. We both advocate for just using a very small amount. You don't wash this part of your hair with shampoo. You're just letting this stuff from the scalp trickle down your strands. One place I would say maybe you do need more shampoo is if you have really dense hair or very, very tightly coiled hair in that case, or you just have a lot of hair. I used to have a lot of hair. Sometimes you need a bit more because the small amounts cannot reach all of your scalp just because it's hard to penetrate in there. For most of us, you only need a small amount, but if you have that really dense, first of all, you're super lucky. That means you have a lot of hair. But if you have super dense amount of hair, I can easily see you needing more shampoo. I used to need a bit more shampoo. What I would suggest though is just try watering it down in your palm a little bit so that you can spread it out a bit more, because you just don't need tons and tons of shampoo. You know, a little of it will trickle down your strands. You're not supposed to actively lather this part of your hair. It doesn't really need that. Best for, I don't know. Don't know if this is best. If you want some extra length, say you have wavy hair and you're gonna be straightening your hair and you like to wear your hair more strength, I feel like maybe this shampoo can do some of the work for you, because it definitely made my strands straighter and therefore I guess technically a bit longer. So I think if that's your situation, if you for whatever reason know your hair type and know you like high protein shampoos, this is a high protein shampoo reinforced by the ingredients. The proteins actually are pretty high up there. The castor oil in it did not seem to deliver anything. The keratin, I mean, whatever, I don't know. But it is definitely a protein-rich shampoo. Overall mark, I'm gonna give this, considering its very low price point, considering it smells quite nice, considering it is a protein shampoo, so if you know that going into it, I think you'll like it. I'm gonna give this a solid B, which I think is a pretty good and fair mark. It wasn't the right shampoo for me, but I think if you have a different kind of vibe going on, it could really work well for you. Priced well. Everything about it is nice. L'Oreal sits in a really nice place in the market, I find, where they kind of have that sort of higher end vibe at a lower end sort of drugstore price. Solid B on the shampoo. Let's move on to the conditioner. Again, more criteria that I use for all of mine, and this is gonna be pretty short. Weight, pretty normal weight shampoo. I would say I use probably about the same amount as I used of the shampoo, which is a good sign that it's a pretty good conditioner. One thing I hate is when you use a conditioner and you just need so much of it compared to the shampoo, because that means your rates of use are going to be different. Then you'll be stuck in this weird cycle of like running out of conditioner but still having shampoo, or the opposite way. So the weight of it is pretty good. Texture on dry hair, fine. I don't really have a lot to say. Again, I think for me the protein was kind of not really working for me in this case. I cannot fault the conditioner though. It's perfectly nice, You don't have to buy it. I think that you will get the benefit of the shampoo if you just have whatever conditioner you have lying around. You can use that too. I don't think that these work synergistically together, despite they're saying there's niacinamide. I don't know why that has that ingredient in the conditioner. Maybe if you know a lot about these products, you can let me know below why. I know that some people use conditioner on their scalp. Maybe that's what they were thinking of, but for me, it just feel like that was an added ingredient that I personally didn't really need or found to be helpful. It could have been a bit more moisturizing, so I will kind of maybe slightly ding it for that. It could have offered a bit more hydration because I'm looking kind of dry here. This is a bit dry looking and feeling. You know, I thought that maybe the conditioner would compensate, but it doesn't really do that. How much do you need? I spoke about that already. Pretty much the same amount as the shampoo for my case here. Who is it best for? Anybody really, I don't know. There's just really nothing special about this shampoo. It smells nicely to complement with the other one. I couldn't discern really anything fancy, special, or noteworthy about the conditioner. Buy it if it's on sale and you wanna match these up, and they look very pretty. I've noted the looks of these bottles. They're really pretty bottles, right? I love the orange and this pink color for some reason, but if you're someone who likes to match up your shampoo and your conditioner, go ahead and buy it. But I would also just give this maybe a C+, I would say. You know, if it's just a little slightly above, very slightly above average, very average, you know, buy something else. I don't think it'll matter very much, but definitely not a bad conditioner. All right, guys, wow, that was everything. I hope that helps you make a buying decision. I know this is not an expensive product, but sometimes it's just nice to know what other people think of it, right? And what it looks like on their hair. So yeah, not the happiest with it, but it's not the worst either. You know, I don't think that drugstore brands are necessarily bad or cheaper than the expensive ones. I've had great luck with some of them, and these are just not gonna be my favorites, but they're perfectly nice. All right, I hope that helped. We will see you soon. Thanks so much for spending your time here with me. Ouai is a shampoo for fine hair, and it's another one that comes at the same price range as Olaplex. I found it to be really lovely. You can see the before and after here. I'm gonna show it. I don't really have much of an update. I don't think it's one that I personally would repurchase. You can watch to find out why, but it is lovely, and I don't have anything bad really to say about it, but watch the video and you'll see why this one really just isn't for me. Hey everybody, today we're gonna be testing, and when I say today, I'm actually gonna take my time and wash my hair about 3 times with this Ouai, I think it's called, fine hair shampoo and conditioner. I understand that this is a sample pack. I see that too, but it's very chubby. There's a lot in here, and I'm pretty sure that I can wash my hair for a week using this because, as you guys know from all the different videos I've made here, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people use way too much shampoo and they have a huge lather. I only use 2 dimes twice when I do a shampoo. That's not very much. That's probably, I would say, maybe like a teaspoon per each wash, and so apparently there is enough in here. I would not have made this, and let me tell if I didn't think so. And if you see this video, that means it was enough to last me for a week. If it doesn't end up lasting me for a week, then I will not make this video. You'll never see it. So if you're seeing it, that means there was enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and start using this. This came to me when I purchased a whole bunch of stuff from Sephora, and I asked for a shampoo and conditioner sample. This stuff's pretty pricey. This is one of the higher end shampoos out there. I've never tried it before. I've never tried any of their products. This one says it's specifically for fine hair, and I would not say I have the finest hair, but I certainly don't have the thickest hair, so I'm going in with about a medium density hair, and it is targeted for fine hair. It has some ingredients that include keratin, biotin, nourishing hemp extract, and chia seed oil. So we see this a lot when we see targeted products for hair loss, hair breakage, etc. and so forth. Biotin is like an ingredient that they love to throw in there. Keratin is another one that they like to say as well. And I'm not saying they don't have any role. I think that they're good ingredients. There's nothing wrong with them, but you know, I'm always skeptical about this kind of stuff. So we're gonna do a before and after. My hair right now has been recently washed with Olaplex, which I am loving. It is a great shampoo. Go ahead and watch my video about Olaplex. I have one just about the shampoo and conditioner. I have one about also the pre-treatment and the after treatment. So I've made a series of Olaplex videos, and for me, it's working really, really well. Like, it's very hydrating, and it gives my hair this really nice wave. This is my hair without any heat styling treatments. I have like a 2A, 2B wave in my hair. So I haven't done anything to it, just let it air dry yesterday, and today this is what it looks like. Looks pretty good. So we'll see how this holds up. A lot of fine hair shampoos and volumizing shampoos really strip the oil out of the hair, and they fluff up the cuticle to make the hair look thicker. And the bottom line is they're not great. They're not great for my particular hair, and for a lot of people's hair, they're drying. So we shall see. Yeah, so stay tuned. I will try this out for a week and we'll see how she goes, and I will let you guys know. I have a whole grading rubric because when I'm making these different shampoo reviews, and I've done a whole bunch of them, I like to make sure that I'm just judging them all on basically the same criteria, because I just don't feel like that would be fair if I always change the criteria. So I'm using the same criteria on them, and we'll see how it goes. I have no idea how this is gonna work for me, so stay tuned. Jumping on to just give you a couple quick impressions of my first use of Ouai, the shampoo and conditioner for fine hair. It has the lightest fragrance I think that I've ever smelled. It barely smells like anything. It smells a bit floral, a bit like Olaplex if you've ever smelled that, sort of in that family of scents, and so light. You barely get any hint of a scent afterwards. Like, if you don't like a heavily scented shampoo, maybe this one is for you, and you need something for fine hair, maybe this one is for you. I don't know. We gotta keep trying it. The other thing I noticed, it hardly lathers at all. Isn't that interesting? And I don't know if that's because I was using Olaplex and my hair was pretty coated with other things, but even on the second wash, I could not get any lather out of this, which for me is totally fine. But if you like a huge, big, fluffy lather, you might be surprised on this, although I may eat my words. I'm gonna keep trying it. I don't know if this had to do with the chemistry between this and the Olaplex shampoo, conditioner, and other treatments that I had used previously, but we'll keep going with it. So far, I really like it a lot more than I thought I would. Here's my hair air drying. It has a sort of fluffy, light look. I have sort of 2A, 2B wave in my hair, and it's sort of helping to emphasize that a little bit. It feels light, it feels soft. The conditioner was really lovely as well. So I'm gonna keep trying it, and there's plenty in those samples that I have. I'm for sure gonna have enough. Probably even for like 5 washes, I would think is enough in there, but we'll see. I'm gonna keep going, and we'll get back to you soon and with a full review, and we're gonna see the criteria and stuff like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. I've got lots more as well. I've got other videos that I've made. I've made one on mane and tail shampoo and conditioner. Maybe that's how you found this video. That's doing really well, but I've also tried Aveda's Invati shampoo for hair loss, and also I've got a video on my Holy Grail shampoo, and a whole bunch of stuff, and Olaplex, obviously. I've done one on that as well. So I've got other shampoo reviews, but stay tuned because we want to see how this performs after a week. This is just my initial first thoughts. I'm really liking it so far. Let's give it the full 1 week trial. Let's see if we get more lather out of it. We are now 4 washes in, and so I have a pretty good idea of what this stuff is like. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Here's my hair, just washed, air dried, no product in it. You can see it's a teeny tiny bit frizzy. I'm gonna say it's a tiny bit frizzy, but in general, pretty good. This is a really nice, gentle shampoo, and so if nothing else, if you're looking for a gentle shampoo because you have fine hair, I think you're gonna like this one. I think if your hair is maybe really oily, I'm not sure this is the one for you, but if you have sort of fine, dry hair, I think that this might be the shampoo that might help you where you're trying to go, right? So let's go through my different criteria here. And so we'll just see, we'll give the shampoo and the conditioner a final mark. So for the Ouai shampoo for fine hair, is it thickening? I would say it's not super thickening, but it is more volumizing, and so that's my next criteria. I would say it does give you a bit of volume, not a ton, possibly because of the conditioner. We'll talk about that in a second. Shine, I'm not gonna say it gave me too much shine because what it did was sort of, it didn't strip my hair, but with the volumizing, you don't always get shine. I have found that with these kinds of shampoos before, so not a ton of shine, but not no shine either, maybe somewhere in between. Moisture, it's actually okay. I thought it would be really drying, and it isn't. So I'm gonna give it a fair mark for the moisture, but this is not a moisturizing shampoo. You guys may know from watching me here that I love a moisturizing shampoo, and this is not one of them. And one of the reasons is it tames my flyaways much better when I use a moisturizing shampoo, and I don't get such a frizzy kind of feel, but that's my type of hair texture too, right? If your hair is perfectly straight, very, very straight, you're probably not gonna get this amount of frizz. I get this because my hair is on the wavier side and it's a little on the drier side. My hair in general just needs a bit more moisture. Fragrance, the fragrance, as I said on the shampoo, continued to be very soft, hardly noticeable at all. The shampoo has a really, really light scent, and if you're looking for an almost unscented shampoo, this could be a really great pick. But if you love a really high-end smelling shampoo as I do, then I don't know if you're gonna be as happy with it in terms of fragrance. It doesn't last very long, but the conditioner, oddly, is more heavily scented. So if you just use the shampoo, you're gonna get hardly any scent at all, but if you layer on the conditioner, that's the one that has a lot more scent in it. Softness, not bad for the softness, I'm gonna say. Surprisingly, with a lot of these shampoos targeted for fine hair, a lot of them do not leave your hair that soft because they're trying to thicken your hair or volumize your hair, and it doesn't have as much, it doesn't have as many conditioning type ingredients. Pretty soft. And I gotta tell you, when I started shampooing with this, it's a clear shampoo, and oftentimes when I see that it's clear, sometimes those can be more drying and they tend to lather a lot, but this one didn't. It kind of defied what I thought of it. It has kind of a medium consistency and it goes pretty far. It's pretty concentrated, but it doesn't lather, which is my next. So cleansing power and lather, the next thing I'm gonna talk about. The cleansing power, not really strong. This is a gentle shampoo. This is probably also good if you wash your hair every single day, which I do not. It doesn't have much lather at all, and this continued to be the case. I thought that maybe it had something to do with the interaction with the Olaplex. No, it just never did lather a lot. Sometimes it lathered right away, but then the bubbles went away in like 10 seconds. I've never seen a shampoo do this before. Like the bubbles just, and the lather just does not last. I don't have a problem with that. If you love a lather, this might be an issue for you. If you don't care, as I don't, then go for it, you know. But I think that the reason it's so gentle is also because it doesn't lather. It probably doesn't have so many of those sudsing ingredients, which tend to be drying. This is an overall really nice shampoo. Who is it best for? Again, just to reiterate, I think it's probably best for people that wash their hair every day or maybe have dry, fine hair. If you have oily, fine hair, I don't think this one is for you. But overall, this is a really nice shampoo and it definitely does deliver on its promise. It's expensive. It is $29 for the bottle at Sephora, and it's just like a normal bottle size amount. And so that's up there with the cost of Olaplex, which does a totally different thing. And I'm not trying to say that these two shampoos do the same thing. They're kind of for different purposes, but it's perfectly lovely shampoo. If you were standing right in front of it and you wanted to try it, I would say, yeah, try it. I don't think you have anything to lose if you meet the criteria that I had talked about. Is it worth $29? Maybe. I've never seen such a gentle shampoo. I've used a lot of different shampoos and I've reviewed a lot of them. This is the gentlest one that I've tried so far. So if you're in the market for that, I think you won't be disappointed. I'm gonna give the shampoo a solid, I'm gonna give it a B. You know, I might have even given it a higher mark, except it's quite expensive. So for me, it didn't deliver the world, but it did deliver for fine hair. I have medium density hair, but I think that you're gonna find that you like it. Okay, let's move on to the conditioner. The conditioner's weight. The conditioner's pretty weighty. It's a pretty heavy conditioner and it's pretty thick, and I don't think it's the best. And the reason I'm gonna say that is, for some reason, I still have a bit of frizz up here, even though I put conditioner on that area. And then some, and it's less now because I brushed this out, but this tends to be a little stringy looking. It left my hair a little stringy looking, which I do not appreciate. I do not want stringy looking hair. The last thing you want when you have fine hair is for your hair to look a bit stringy. I tried using less and that seemed to help a bit, but I'm just gonna say I'm not in love with the conditioner. I don't think it's necessary. I think that you can just use whatever conditioner you have, whatever that you like. I don't think that these two are working like the shampoo and conditioner don't, to me, seem to be working synergistically together. The conditioner has a slightly different fragrance than the shampoo, which is strange, but they definitely work well together. So if that's a concern, don't let it be. It smells really nice, very floral, kind of stronger though, like a much stronger scent. How much do you need? You need not too much. It's pretty concentrated conditioner, so I guess that's a good thing, right? That means you won't be running out of conditioner super quick in relation to the shampoo, at least not for my hair. I didn't find that to be the case anyway. Who is it best for? I think if you need a lot of hydration, maybe, and if you have maybe wavier or even drier hair, but it's still fine, you might get a good boost from this conditioner. It did not work with my particular hair type, my texture, my moisture needs. It made it stringy. But if you have that kind of hair, maybe it'll work well for you. I feel like if you already have hair that's given to stringiness, don't use this conditioner. It might make your hair more stringy. But if you're always looking for conditioners and you're not finding them to deliver enough oomph, this might be the one for you. I can't rate this conditioner as highly. I'm just gonna give it a C. I think that's fair for what it delivered. So there you go. I hope that helps you make a buying decision for this shampoo. It's kind of on the pricey side, but it is quite lovely. The shampoo itself is quite gentle, quite nice. I like that it doesn't suds too much. I think that people use too many suds, too much lather in their hair. It's not necessary most of the time. And if you're a daily shampoo user, this might be your best. This might be a really good pick if you have fine hair. Conditioner, not so much. I wasn't a huge fan, but it wasn't terrible either. It's just, I don't know, maybe a little pricey for what it is. Okay, everyone, that's my review. I hope that was helpful. As you know, I've got lots of other shampoo and hair loss product reviews. Make sure you check those out, and we'll see you soon. Nioxin is another popular shampoo and conditioner and even a scalp treatment that is targeted to hair loss. I actually still have them. I still have them and I do use it now and again. So that's my update. I sometimes do need to clarify my hair a little bit and I will reach for this every now and again. It is a bit on the drying side for me. Someone said in the comments though, when I first posted the video, that the way that they get around these more drying type shampoos is to add a couple of drops of add a couple of drops of oil to the shampoo during the shampoo process. I haven't done that. I just prefer a more moisturizing shampoo, my holy grail, which I mentioned at the top, but you know, well, you'll just have to see what I have to say about this shampoo. And this is the spot that I rank it in. It is sort of in the middle for me. You know, it's not the best and it's not the worst. You can go ahead and have a look. I don't really have too much else to add other than that. I still use it. So that kind of speaks for itself. You know, kind of grew on me a little bit, not gonna lie. I do like the scent of it and I do sometimes need a clarifying shampoo and this is the one I reach for when that is the case. In this video, we're gonna be reviewing Nioxin. I have purchased the 3-pack here of Nioxin 2, which is for natural hair, progress thinning, light moisture. So we're gonna try this out and see how it goes. I have actually washed my hair already and used the conditioner. So I'm gonna tell you what I think about those. And I'm also gonna put in the scalp and hair treatment for the first time. So let's do that together. Thanks for joining me here. My name's Helen. This is the Shrimpy McGee channel. As I said, I washed with the cleanser shampoo and this is my hair completely air dried. I just wanted to show it to you guys. It's a little bit on the frizzy side. I have some thoughts. And then I use the conditioner. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these for at least a week. Make sure that I get 3 or 4 washes in so that I can give you a complete review about this. I have a whole grading system. I'm gonna rate it at the very end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But just some initial thoughts off the top. Yeah, what I liked about this shampoo, and I purchased these actually, if you're based in Canada, I would strongly suggest Matt and Max, this company here. I am not getting sponsored to say this, but I use them for hair care supplies and they're just really good. I really like them. They send quickly and I always get what I want and they tend to have prices that are a little bit better than elsewhere, so that's always nice. And who wants to go to a shop in these times, am I right? So off the top, I had to look at the ingredients in these two, and the two that stood out to me are peppermint oil and menthol, which means it is gonna be pepperminty, and that's also in the conditioner as well, surprisingly. I was a little bit surprised about that. And salicylic acid in the shampoo. I don't believe it's also in the conditioner for level 2 here. Right, so this has salicylic acid in this. Salicylic acid is a common ingredient for acne products, for dandruff products. It's just a common skincare product. We're gonna see how we do with this. This makes claims that it is the #1 salon brand for thicker, fuller hair, and that you need to use it for 30 days. But I'm telling you, honeys, I'm not gonna be using it for 30 days if I don't like it. We'll just see. We'll see where we land on this. I have a really much beloved holy grail shampoo and conditioner that's highly moisturizing. It's not even specifically for hair loss or thinning hair. I just love it. So we'll see how I feel about this. I have a little bit of a story time for you though. Nioxin is not new. This shampoo's been around for a long, long time. You can probably even tell they've really kind of a little bit old school in the way that they've sort of packaged these. Is nothing fancy. It was very utilitarian look to these bottles. This stuff has been around 20 years, I would say. I had a friend who purchased this. I think you had to buy it at like beauty supply shops, and I think you still do. That's mostly where you would get it. Although I have seen it at Marshall's, so you might be able to pick it up for a deal there if you're interested in purchasing it. She purchased it for her love interest at the time because he had thinning hair. We were in our early 20s because this was 20 years ago now. And I don't know what ended up happening because they split up. So I don't know if the Nioxin ended up working for him or not, but I just thought I would note that this has been around a long time, specifically to address thinning hair and hair loss. When you smell these, the first thing you're gonna notice is a really strong minty scent. It's pretty powerful, and also in the conditioner as well. I was actually surprised that they made like a pepperminty smell with the conditioner, because peppermint as an ingredient, as a conditioner, is not gonna do much. It's not gonna give you really that tingling feeling that you get on your scalp because of the way that you use shampoo. It gives you a tingle, so I definitely experienced that. Definitely got a tingling scalp. It was definitely a slightly drier formulation, and I didn't feel that it glided really easily because it doesn't seem to have a lot of silicone in the shampoo. I didn't see any in the ingredient list. I could have been reading it wrong, but it doesn't glide very easily over the hair. Definitely felt like it was roughing it up, which is sort of very common in my experience for volumizing shampoos. They tend to dry out the hair a little bit to give it more volume. But I don't know why there's peppermint in the conditioner, because you don't put that on your scalp and technically it would not give you a tingling sensation because you're using it from your mids, hopefully to your ends. Don't put it up here. So I'm not sure what's up with that other than the smells definitely complement each other and you're just layering them. And the conditioner was fine so far. I'll give you some more thoughts. You know, this is just an initial reaction to them. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Jury's kind of out on these. The thing that I wanted to do though was to put on this scalp and hair treatment together. So I had a look at the ingredients and they're on this box. You don't actually have to open the box to be able to read them. And if you notice, this box actually has French and English. I don't know if you guys know this, but here in Canada, all our boxes have to have English and our other official language is French. So that's always a giveaway that you're looking at a Canadian marketed product. It has French and English on, it has to have it on all of it. So what is in the scalp spray? It says scalp and hair treatment. Water, niacinamide, okay. So it definitely has silicone in it. So it says, because it says dimethicone, citric acid, on and on. Okay, these are a lot of ingredients on here. A lot of natural ingredients, which can be irritating to some people. So keep that in mind if you have really sensitive skin. I'm not saying it will irritate you, I'm just saying it's possible. I chose to get the System 2 because I just felt like the System 1 is for lightly thinning hair, uncolored hair. And I thought, let's just go for it. Let's get the 2 because this is supposed to be for progressed thinning, which I feel like if you're gonna bother with Nioxin, that's probably where you're at. Even though I myself don't, I have more like I would say light thinning to no thinning right now. I've done a really great job in regrowing my hair and that's what this whole channel is all about, people. So hopefully you're sticking around, liking, subscribing for more of that information. Okay, so let's just go in with the scalp treatment now. First time using this ever. I have no idea how it's gonna pump out. It has this pump with this like, I don't know, I feel like foam is gonna come out of here. So let's see. Oh, foam did come out of here. I was right. Okay, so I think you're not supposed to do it this. You don't put it in your hands first. I think you just go right in. This does not have a minty smell. No, it does. Sorry, I lied. It does have a slightly minty smell. It's definitely not as pronounced as the shampoo and the conditioner. Yeah, it feels okay going in. I don't know what it's gonna do. I will say if you have curly girl hair or if moisture and hydration is a concern, I'm not sure that these are the shampoos for you. I will keep using them and testing them. Even this does not feel like it's adding really any moisture into my hair despite having a silicone product that theoretically helps with breakage, stuff like that. Not feeling this, but it does feel like it's adding volume. So I'm trying to get close to the actual scalp, which I learned the hard way doing an Aveda Invati shampoo. That's another hairline for hair loss. Go ahead and check out that review. I'll be sure to link it up. This is adding volume and that's pretty much what it's doing. I'm not getting any tingling sensation or anything like that. Yeah, that's added a lot of volume. I'm not the happiest with the way that this product so far has made my hair look with just an air dry. I feel it looks a bit dry and frizzy and I definitely want to go back in and now add some serum or some sort of protectant to my strands to make them look a bit more moisturized because I'm feeling it's just the tiniest bit too fluffy. So we will see. Stay tuned for the second half of this where I'm gonna come back after I've used this for quite a while and give you an informed and detailed review. I have a whole bunch of criteria that I'm gonna mark this by and then we're gonna give it this, the conditioner, the scalp product. It's sticky. That's actually leaving a sticky residue. We're gonna give this some full marks, so stay tuned for that. All right, everyone, I've been using Nioxin shampoo, conditioner, and scalp treatment for well over the week that I said I would. You know, it says on the box you have to use it for 30 days, but I mean, really, I feel like by 4 washes, you know if a shampoo and conditioner is for you. And here's my hair, just air dried. I thought I would give you a real look at what it looks like without any other extra products or anything else in it. I think it looks pretty good. But if you would just listen for 1 minute, I would like to tell you guys about my Patreon page. If you could support me here on Patreon, that would mean so much to me. I know that not everybody is familiar with Patreon, so I'm just gonna describe it as best I can really quickly. It is a website where you can basically donate or pledge to support somebody for $5 a month is the lowest tier that I have. I wanted to make sure that this was affordable for everybody. So $5 a month gets charged either to your PayPal account if you have one or your credit card. Once you put that information in, it takes about like 2 minutes to sign up. It's really easy. And what that does is help to support and fund the work that I do here because I'm not sponsored. I don't take any sort of deals or anything like that right now. I have been approached by a few companies, but I don't like what they're trying to get me to sell to you guys. And that's not the route that I really want to go to because I just don't believe in a lot of the products that they're asking me about. So therefore I would not work with them because I just don't feel like that would be fair. I know that you all put a lot of trust in me. And so the most transparent transparent way that I could think to ask for support was just to ask for it through something like Patreon, where I'll also be just providing you some fun content as well. I am actually a freelance writer, so I'll be writing some fun stuff over on there. If you want me to go into more depth about different shampoo things, I will do that, and I've got some gossip on there as well, so you'll want to go ahead and check it out. Just have a look at the page. I'll put a link down below and just have a look, see if it's for you or not. And another way you can support me if you can't commit to Patreon right now is just to buy me a virtual latte. So I will include a link for that down below. But just thanks for hearing me out on that. I know no one wants to hear these sort of mid-video advertisements, but it would help to support me if you do choose to even just have a look. That would mean a lot to me. Okay, so let's get on with the review. So let's just talk about hair loss and shampoo. If you even look at the Nioxin box, it doesn't say anything about reducing hair loss or getting rid of hair loss. I just want you guys to know that there is just no scientific evidence that any shampoo on the market is gonna get rid of your hair loss. Hair loss is almost always, but not always, caused by internal factors. So you need to address those, and it's not necessarily the shampoo that you're using that's gonna help put an end to all of that. Although I have found if you do suffer from hair loss, some shampoos are better than others. So, and that's why people love Nioxin. They hear good things about it, they like it, they use it, etc. So let's get into that. So I never talked about the price so far, and this package of, I mean, you can buy these things individually. I chose to buy the system, which is the shampoo, the conditioner, and the scalp treatment. And you can buy that for, I think the regular retail price is about $45, but you can also, if you do some web searching, you can find it for as low as like $30. I'll just tell you whether I think you should buy the whole system or not. I'll tell you right off the top, I do not. I think that the way to invest in this if you don't have a lot of money to spend on all these different products is the shampoo is great. The other two products I didn't find really did anything. The shampoo is lovely, so I would be happy to recommend that. The conditioner, honestly, any other conditioner I think you probably already have is just as good. A conditioner does nothing for your scalp, right? You don't put conditioner on your scalp, that's why. So any claims about hair loss that come with a conditioner, I mean, that's not even addressing the place where you lose your hair, which is your scalp. So anyway, I hope that that makes sense. Just talking about my own hair, I have slightly dry 2A, 2B hair, and that is 2A, 2B refers to the amount of wave that's in my hair. I don't have perfectly straight hair, have a bit of bend and wave into it, and it's looking pretty good here with this shampoo. I can't fault it. A little bit on the frizzy side, a little bit frizzier than with my usual Holy Grail shampoo, which leaves me with a beautiful moisturized effect. Definitely not getting that here. With this, I'm getting a bit of a frizzier look, but let's go through all the different criteria and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. This shampoo, and we'll get into the different things, this shampoo kind of left me consistently with oilier roots and drier mids and ends. And this is something that will happen if you do not use a moisturizing shampoo. Any shampoo that sort of removes a lot of the oil from your scalp sometimes can put you in, at least in my case, in a bit of a cycle of every few days your hair will just be oilier than it normally would have been with something more moisturizing. Think about your skin when you're cleansing your face. Sometimes if you use something really strong and stripping, you ever notice the next morning your face is actually oilier because the next day, because your skin has had to compensate for the lack of moisture. So I feel like that kind of happens with your scalp as well. If you remove all those oils, and sometimes you need to do that, what typically will happen is your scalp will make more oil. So I just want you guys to be wary of that. That did happen to me with this particular Nioxin System 2 shampoo. All right, so let's talk about my criteria. Thickening. How did Nioxin perform on thickening? It did a great job. Probably one of the best thickening shampoos that I've used so far, and I've used a great number of them, including Viviscal's, including Bumble and Bumble's stuff. If you ever use their products, I actually find their products a bit overpriced for what they are. I feel like their formulations have not really kept up for the price that they're asking. Maybe you've experienced differently, but definitely this Nioxin did a good job for the thickening. I used an elastic band to put my hair in a bun yesterday, and those like really skinny ones for fine hair, and it exploded, not one, but two. So I went upstairs, it blew up one elastic because they're just thin rubber, and then I had to go upstairs and get a second one, and it blew that one up too. So then I had to use a cloth covered elastic band. So it did a great job for thickening. Volumizing also did a wonderful job for volumizing. This is a lot of volume and a much more tamed look. If you guys know, if you've seen my Mane and Tail shampoo, that one gave me it gave me volume. It did, but it gave me super frizzy hair, and I'm not about that life. This one did a nice job of sort of balancing it. And I almost wonder, now that we're here talking about this, if I should have gone up from 2 to maybe the 3 or 4, because as I was reading the side of the box, and I'll show you what it says here, there's more moisture the higher up you go. So the higher up in number you go. So 1 and 2 are not that hydrating, but once you start to get into the 3, 4, 5, 6, that's for color treated or chemically processed hair, but also says there's more moisture. So maybe I should have gone for those ones and I might have got it perfect. And maybe I'll try those in an upcoming video. We shall see. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, to all the things so that you see that if I do make one about those. Shine, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the shine that the Nioxin delivered. I think my hair looks, it's that nice balance between shine and cleanliness. And of course, the more stripping and thickening a shampoo often is, often the more shine it will give you. This is what it looks like in your hand. If you guys are curious, it has this sort of light, this one anyway, has a sort of light green, clear color. It smells nice. Moisture wise, did not deliver really any moisture. So that's something to be aware of. I personally like to use a more hydrating shampoo. This will not be replacing my regular. Fragrance, it does have that pepperminty menthol smell that I told you about. The fragrance doesn't last though. Like, I washed this morning and I can't say that you have any noticeable scent later on. So for those of you who are a bit sensitive to scent and you're worried about the peppermint, it doesn't last. So you won't be smelling that like the next day or the day after that. So I guess that's good or bad, just depending on how you choose to look at that. Softness, it did not deliver great softness, not gonna lie. It is not, and it's not meant to. This is not a moisturizing, the level 2 is not a moisturizing shampoo conditioner system. Not much, not terrible, not very, very crunchy feeling. And I have had shampoos that gave me a crunchy feeling, but not a terribly soft feeling either. So softness, somewhere in between. Cleansing power, wow. I mean, this really gets to your scalp. It will blast out probably everything that you've got going on. It's got those active ingredients like salicylic acid that is also used for acne. So it is gonna penetrate, and it definitely did the job. This would be a wonderful shampoo if you have a lot of gunk, or your hair is particularly oily or dirty, or you only wash once a week, which I don't suggest, but some people only do wash once a week. It's gonna do a great job in powering out all of the dirt. I liked it more than I thought I would. That's the bottom line. I really was skeptical. I thought it was very, not scammy, but I just thought there's no way this is gonna live up to all its claims, but it did a really good job. I have to hand it to the Nioxin shampoo. We'll talk about the conditioner and the scalp treatment though in a second. Lather, powerful lather, a lot of lather. You get a lot of lather for a very small amount of shampoo. So if you're someone who loves a nice sudsy lather, this shampoo is definitely for you, definitely delivers in that regard. Who's it best for? This is kind of a hard one. It's not the best for me. I need more moisture. I can definitely see it working really well for someone who wants a thicker looking hair, doesn't want to overstrip their hair. So if that is your jam and that's what you need, definitely it's going to do that. If you want some more volume than you normally have, it's definitely going to do that. Probably if you have fine hair that's on the oily side, probably is going to be good for that. Or if you have thick hair that tends to be dirty and it's hard to wash, I think it's going to be good for that too. I think that probably, you don't even have to have hair loss concerns. This could be a shampoo for all the adults in your family. I certainly don't see why not. Anybody could use it as far as I can tell. So let's give the shampoo a grade. This is kind of a hard one because I've got to grade it sort of on the price and I like to balance it with all the other things. I'm going to give this a solid B+, which for me is a pretty high mark. If you've got, I've tried to be really tough on my shampoos and conditioners here on this channel because I don't want you to buy, I'd rather you buy it and be a bit happier with it than me say it's an A- shampoo and you decide it's really not. So I'm gonna give it a B+, which is a very solid mark. I think it delivers on the promises. It doesn't deliver anything for hair loss. So if you think it's gonna stop your hair loss, shampoo does not stop hair loss. I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but it will definitely deliver on the fullness, the thickening, and I don't think you'll be sorry if you buy just the shampoo. I have some other thoughts about the conditioner. Let's move on to that. The conditioner's weight, it is a very lightweight conditioner. You probably don't need to buy this conditioner. I'm gonna be very honest. Let's go through the other criteria. The weight of it is perfectly fine. It feels really nice in your hands. It smells pepperminty as well. I don't really have a lot of good things to say about it. I just don't think it's anything special. Texture on dry hair. It doesn't really coat my hair very well. And so that would be my issue with it. So it's not super effective. I almost feel as if I didn't condition my hair at all. And I use what I think to be an adequate amount. You shouldn't need a ton of conditioner for it to be effective. If it isn't, that probably means it's just not that good of a conditioner. My preference is actually the Viviscal conditioner. I think that they make a nicer, I don't like Viviscal shampoo, but their conditioner smells nice. It is lightweight and I believe leaves your hair a little bit softer. This is a little crunchier than it should be considering that I've used conditioner. How much do you need? I use the same amount equal to the shampoo and that wasn't quite enough. So I think you probably need a bit more conditioner to the amount of shampoo that you need. And so that is a bit of a problem. That means you're going to be using up your conditioner faster than you're going to be using your shampoo. Probably maybe double the amount of the shampoo would have probably done a better job. I never bothered with that though. I just wanted to just try it as I thought it should be used to give you guys a good review. But who's this best for? I can't recommend this conditioner, actually. It's fine. Like, it's adequate. If you buy it because you're set on getting the whole system, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It didn't do anything bad to my hair, but it just didn't really deliver on any of the promises that the shampoo made good on. Best for anybody could use it. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't say that it's gonna be great for really dry hair. I don't think it will be. Maybe if you just don't have dry hair, that would be the best use for it. So I'm gonna give the shampoo, based on its price tag and based on the promises it says on it, like a C-. Like, it's just very, very average, slightly not even average, just like that little touch below average. I think that you could spend your money better and find a conditioner that is really gonna deliver. And I would suggest maybe just buying the shampoo. Maybe just buy the shampoo, don't bother with the conditioner. And I'll talk about the scalp treatment now. So let's go and get that. The scalp treatment, I'll just put on a little bit now, comes out foamy like this, and you saw me put this in, and that never really changed, but what I didn't realize when I first put it in is it leaves a bit of a crunchy cast on your hair, and who wants that? I don't want any crunch up here, and it left for me a bit of stickiness. But not only that, it remained in the hair almost as if I had put gel or something or mousse in my roots, and I'm really not about that. I don't think it did anything for the look of my hair. I don't think the active ingredient is gonna do, which is niacinamide, I think is what we had looked at, right? Don't think that did anything, does anything. Some people love this stuff, but I just can't recommend it because I don't feel like it did anything. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest necessarily purchasing this. I just don't think that you need this. As you guys may or may not know, I use Rogaine and minoxidil, which has an actual active ingredient, which is minoxidil, which does help with hair growth. People say you need to use these things for 30 days, so that's the claim from Nioxin. Why do they say that? I really don't understand. What's gonna happen in 30 days? It's not enough to actually get a lot of hair growth. It's not enough time to really stop hair from falling out. It's probably a good amount of time to stop breakage happening, maybe if you're coating your hair. But the best thing you can do for breakage is just not brush this way down, brush from under upwards, and you won't have as much breakage. It's very simple. And the other problem is this stuff kind of dries out your hair a bit, so don't be surprised if you actually get more breakage in using it. All that said though, I rate this, this is a hard one. It doesn't do anything for the money, so I'm just gonna give it a D. Maybe even an E, I don't know. It feels nice, I guess. It smells okay, it's sticky, it leaves a coating. It's not gonna do anything for my hair loss. I cannot tell you to purchase this in good faith, but I think the shampoo is good. There you have it, guys. I hope that was helpful. And thank you so much for watching these. Don't forget I have other shampoo videos here. I have one on mane and tail. I have one on my favorite Holy Grail shampoo and conditioner. And I have one on Aveda Invati, which I know is another one for the hair loss community that people are interested in. So go ahead and watch those. Those are my thoughts on Nioxin. I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for spending your time here with me. We'll see you soon. Mane and tail. Mane and tail shampoo and conditioner has been around forever, since I was a teenager, and my update to this is I stopped using it. It just was not for me. You can see the before and after when you watch this review. But when I did first post this, I got lots of comments of people saying that it is really great. It's actually one of the few reviews that people say that I'm wrong, and it's actually wonderful on dry hair. And I did not find that to be the case, and people have tips, and people have generally been really nice about their reviews, even if they sort of feel that they are starkly contrasted against mine. I will link up the original video so you can go down if you're just even curious to watch the comments on that one. My update is basically, though, I don't use it, but I am interested in buying the deep moisturizing version of it. There's a deep moisturizing version of mane and tail that some people say I should be trying. They want to see that. So that might be coming in future. Just one more reason to subscribe so that you don't miss that video when it does come out if I do end up trying it. But just in general, I will be trying more shampoos along the way, so you won't want to miss those. This is just a compendium of what I have now. So mane and tail for me is toward the end. You know, this is like not a high-ranking shampoo for me. I don't like it. It is inexpensive though. But yeah, so this is my second last pick, and we'll get to my last pick. Don't forget, down in the description box, you can have a look at all the ones that I have done and just quickly jump back and forth from them, but my last pick is coming up next. Hey everyone, my name's Helen. Welcome to the Shrimpy Miggy channel. Thanks so much for joining me here. Today I was at Marshall's, and I was doing what I do best at Marshall's, which is spending money. I walked on over to the shampoo area, which I love to do, to see what they have, and what caught my eye but the ugliest bottles of shampoo that I think I've ever clapped my eyes on. You've seen it, you know it. It is good old mane and tail shampoo, neither of which I have ever used before, even though they are highly regarded in the hair loss community, which I am part of. I struggle with hair loss. I use Rogaine, I use minoxidil. I try all the tricks and tips that there are to deal with hair loss, and so you'll find a lot of that here on my channel. But I spotted these and I thought, you know what, I should do a shampoo review. I've never done one here. I mean, I've got like little bits on other videos about shampoos I've tried before and my holy grail shampoos and stuff like that that I like, but never a specific shampoo review. So let's get right into it. I just want to tell you a bit about my hair, just so that you can sort of compare it maybe where you're coming from. My hair is undyed and uncolored, so I don't color my hair. I definitely have a few white hairs starting to come in. My scalp is pretty normal. It is not too flaky or too dry or anything like that. As I said before, I use Rogaine and minoxidil, which is an over-the-counter medication that stimulates hair growth. My hair itself is, I'm gonna say, pretty average, probably a bit on the dry side. I wash my hair every second day. I try, sometimes every third day. I try not to go more than every 2 days, though. I just find that my hair looks its best and it's the most manageable when I do it that way. So those are some of the basics about my hair. And so now let's just get into these bottles. I bought the shampoo original and I decided to get the conditioner as well. Why not? And I just get into a first reaction. Of course, the most important thing for many, many people is the scent of a shampoo, and I am no different. I'm such a sucker for a nice scent. So let's get right in here, crack this open, and have a sniff. Okay. It has a really retro shampoo scent, and if you don't know what I mean, it's not very strongly floral, it's not very strongly herbal or herbal either. It's not at all spicy. It smells like something from the 80s, which I know is like older than many of you, but you'll just have to trust me on this one. It is just a very, very soft, almost feminine scent. It just smells like soap. Let's take a sniff of the conditioner now. It's actually stronger. The conditioner, this original conditioner scent is actually quite a bit stronger than the shampoo, which is kind of interesting. But it smells like it's in the same family. The scents are very, very similar to each other. I would say you probably won't have an issue with the scent of this. It's definitely not strong coming out of here anyway, but of course we'll know after we try it. And I'm gonna try it 3 times. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it before I actually use it, and then I'll give you, I won't just do like 1 time. I don't think that's enough personally. Like I don't think it's enough to judge a shampoo. I think you need to use it 3 times. I will judge it on what it's like. I will judge it a bit on the hair loss situation. The thing about shampoos and hair loss is there are tons of like shampoos that are supposed to help with hair loss, but if you watch what other doctors and dermatologists say, they usually say they don't put too much faith in shampoos for hair loss issues. One of the reasons is that a shampoo has to stay on your head for 7 minutes for it to even have any effect to penetrate the actual skin, which is what your scalp is. Obviously it is skin. So yeah, I'm not too sure about the hair loss aspect of it. I'm not gonna have any super high hopes that this is gonna reduce hair loss, but if it does, I'll let you know about it. Let's see what it says here on the back. Directions for human use. Directions for animal use? Seriously? It actually says that back here. I don't know if that's a marketing thing. I've heard that people have used this on horses. I mean, there is a horse and it does say mane and tail, but I don't know if anybody actually does that. That would seem kind of expensive. I would think that there would be some sort of larger size version of, like, if you were washing a horse, seriously, wouldn't it take this whole container? Like, wouldn't you need a much larger commercial size, like veterinary style shampoo? I don't know, but that is a weird thing to read on the back of this. I'll tell you what though, that does kind of worry me a bit. It says it's an exclusive original formula containing high lathering cleansing ingredients fortified with moisturizers and emollients. Okay, so that last part is good. The moisturizers and emollients sound good, but high lathering? People, we know that those high lathering shampoos sometimes tend to be drying, so I'm not too sure. I'm actually a little bit nervous this is really gonna dry out my hair, but I will do it for you guys. I'll do anything for you guys. Let's see what the conditioner says. Exclusive, original, highly concentrated formula with a unique action that helps to maintain and achieve a longer, healthier looking mane and tail. Oh, it can also be used as leave-in or rinse out. I'm gonna rinse this out. My hair cannot deal with any like heavy leave-in stuff, so unless it's specifically and only a leave-in conditioner, I'm not gonna use it for that. So I'm really curious to try these now. Okay guys, well, off we go. I'm gonna try them all. I'm actually filming some other videos, so I just thought I would pop on and tell you guys about my results from my first wash with this. And I will do it another 2 times to make sure I'm giving this a really good review, but I just wanted to pop in because I immediately had some thoughts that I want to share. I forgot to mention that I have type 2A, 2B texture hair in terms of wave. And so here my hair is 1.5 days after washing it. No heat styling, just air drying. Combed it out a bit so it's looking a bit straighter. My first impression was that it was quite drying. Like even in my hand, the shampoo itself was kind of on the drying side, like my hand felt a little dry even after I used it, and it gave my hair that first day that I used it a kind of frizzy appearance that I wasn't loving, but also a very shiny and clean feel as well. So I'll dig more into that. I've developed a whole rubric on which I'm going to judge the shampoo and the conditioner, so stay tuned. I'll tell you all of that. So those are just my first impressions. It was kind of dry and gave me slightly frizzy-ish hair, but looks pretty good now, a day and a half later. I just want to remind you guys, if you would like and you would subscribe, that would mean so much to me. It helps support the channel. And also, I'll be doing more shampoo reviews like this, so if you're curious, one way to make sure that you get these delivered to you is to subscribe. Now, keep watching. I'm gonna go through all the ratings and give you my final sort of summation after 3 washes of this. I've done 1 right now, and I think my hair's looking pretty good. Let's see what happens after a week has passed and I've tried it a number of times. It's been a week. I've washed my hair 3 times. I have lots to say about Mane and Tail shampoo and conditioner. We can go through all the things that you'd be looking for so that you can make a really good decision about whether you want to buy the shampoo or not. Although keep in mind, it's very inexpensive. I checked on Target and the price is around $6 for the shampoo and around $6 for the conditioner as well. And so that's not even an on sale price. So even for the both of them, it's $12, which is quite affordable compared to a lot of the expensive shampoos I've been purchasing. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Have a look at my hair. This is much more volume than you would normally see me, and I didn't do too much to it. Again, I just wanted to show you guys. I think I'm at about twice the volume right here that I normally would have, and also about twice the frizz. If we're completely honest, I would not go out with my hair quite this frizzy, but I really wanted to show it to you to give you a sense of how volumizing Mane and Tail shampoo and even the conditioner is. I have a lot of volume here. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about was thickening, and I'm going to put volumizing in there as well. So yes to the thickening. It does make my hair look thicker. Definitely volumizing, yes. I would also say that I have a lot more volume than I normally do. I really feel it up at my scalp, and I really feel it even just among the strands themselves. They're all just pushed away from each other. For my hair, I don't think this is the greatest, but if you have really dirty hair or you have a lot of product built up, this is a serious clarifying shampoo. So if that's your vibe and that's what you need, I think you're gonna like it. If your hair is on the drier side like me, not so sure. I feel that it is pretty shiny. It's hard to see because my hair is so black and a little bit frizzy, but definitely I feel that it's stripped off a lot of whatever was on my hair, product residue, stuff like that. I'm also a Rogaine and minoxidil user, so it definitely took all of that away and left me with a good amount of shine, lots of volume. I would guess you would call that bounce as well. So yeah, pretty high marks for shine. My next criteria is moisture. No, there's no moisture to be found in this shampoo at all. As I said, and it continued to be the case when I would put it in my hand even felt dry after finishing in the shower just from that small amount of shampoo. This is not a moisturizing shampoo. This is a clarifying shampoo. So if you don't know what the difference is, clarifying means cleaning, and moisturizing is obviously a little bit of the opposite of that. It's not that it doesn't clean. A moisturizing shampoo is supposed to clean, but also leave your hair not feeling like this, feeling probably a little more weighed down for a moisturizing shampoo, and the strands would feel a little smoother. That's just my analysis of the situation. Fragrance. Yes, it had a fragrance as I described before. How long did the fragrance last? It didn't last that long. There definitely was and is some scent left over, lingering a little bit, but definitely not strong. Definitely not like some of the more heavily perfumed and higher end. A lot of higher end shampoos really are kind of perfumed for the hair. This one is not so much the case. It just smells clean and fresh the next day. Definitely, I think if you were hugging somebody, they would get a whiff of your hair and it would smell nice. I don't think you're gonna get a lot of like huge compliments. It's just a pretty nice, inoffensive smell, but it doesn't smell like hair perfume or anything like that, to me anyway. Softness, okay, my hair's not soft. I'm gonna be honest with you. This feels a bit dry. It almost feels like I've been using a protein type shampoo in my hair. This is not a shampoo to leave my hair anyway soft, but I'm already going from a sort of normal dry situation. I'm gonna have to switch now after using this 3 times. I'm gonna have to definitely switch back to a hydrating shampoo and a more hydrating conditioner. I will talk about the conditioner in just a minute. I have some criteria for marking that up as well. No, it's a no for me for the softness. This is not soft hair at all. Cleansing power, wow, like A+ on the cleansing power for Mane and Tail shampoo. My hair is so clean. It has not been this clean in I don't know how long. It got rid of all the stuff on my scalp. It just powered through everything in my hair and just left it super squeaky clean, and I mean squeaky clean, but I don't always want squeaky clean hair because I find that's just too much for me. Lather. They say that it's a high lather shampoo. It says it right on the instructions on the back of the bottle. I didn't find it to be the case. I use a really small amount of shampoo, and I suggest that you guys start using much less shampoo. When you have a huge lather in your hair, you're using too much shampoo. Take it from me, I've done lots of testing. You don't need to use that much. I stick with about 2 dime size amounts. I put them in my palm and I do a double wash. So do the first wash, that seems to just like loosen everything up and you don't get a lot of lather. Be warned on the first wash. And on the second wash, it will lather more. So you just have to kind of trust in the process, but just use much less shampoo. I made a whole video about this, about how to reduce hair loss in the shower and one of the steps is using less shampoo and another one is just putting your conditioner in a particular way. I will link up that video in case you want to have a look at that. How did this work for hair loss in general? You know, as I stated earlier, shampoo doesn't do a lot to actually prevent hair loss. What is more effective in my experience is just washing your hair a little bit more often to make sure that you're ridding it of things that can be clogging the scalp. And that's just advice from dermatologists. You might have DHT on your scalp, and the best thing to do for that is to remove it by cleaning it. It's a whole other story, whole other video for another day. I didn't find this, like I didn't lose a lot of hair and I didn't not lose a lot of hair. It was just very normal in terms of that for me. And now let's move on. To who this shampoo is best for. If you have dry hair, I would say this is maybe not the shampoo for you unless you've gone a really long time or you suffer from a lot of buildup on your hair. This shampoo is going to be amazing if you have a lot of hair and if you have oily hair. And I did have that kind of hair once upon a time, like if you're in your teens and you have a super oily head of hair, or if you're someone who has to wash every second day, try this shampoo. It's really good. It definitely does a great job of really getting really deep down in there, giving you an amazing clean. But I'm gonna say this shampoo is not for me with my type of hair. It also will bring out more wave. So if you're a wavy and you're not really sticking to the curly girl method, because it does have ingredients that are not curly girl method approved. So if you're strictly curly girl method, this shampoo, you can't use it. It's got ingredients that you can't use. But if you're not and you just want to have a bit more wave in your hair and you're not having the dryness issues that I have, it seems to have really brought out my wave pattern. This is more waviness than I would normally have with my moisturizing shampoo, which weighs my hair down a little bit more, but also makes it softer. You know, these things are a trade-off. Overall, I liked the shampoo. It's not particularly for me. I'm gonna give it like a solid B. That's the rating I would give Mane and Tail shampoo. And now let's move on to the conditioner. So the criteria for conditioner are going to be a little bit different. One thing that I tell you that I noticed right off the bat with this conditioner that is supposed to go along with the shampoo is that the smells smell really complementary. So they pretty much smell the same. That means they layer nicely. You're not going to get a whiff that's very different from the conditioner than the shampoo. I needed a lot of it. That was the first thing I noticed. I need maybe double the amount of the shampoo that I normally use, and usually I don't need that much conditioner. I use a favorite high-end conditioner by Kerastase, and this one I needed maybe twice. I probably could have gone in there with an extra handful too, maybe even 3 times the amount I normally used. The weight of it is very, very light, and I think that's the reason I needed so much. Once you put it in, it's almost like you haven't, for my hair anyway, probably because it's dry, it's almost like I hadn't done anything at all. So if you're someone who kind of skimps on the conditioner or finds regular conditioners too heavy, this conditioner could be a great product for you. And maybe it's even when you want to buy on a standalone basis, maybe you don't want the conditioner, but you really need a lightweight conditioner. I would recommend it in that regard. It is quite nice in that way. You do need a lot of it though. So you're going to be going through that conditioner, I'm pretty sure, much faster than you'll be going through the shampoo, which is just an interesting thing to note. Another interesting thing to note is that the conditioner bottle weighs more than the conditioner shampoo. I didn't weigh them, but I could feel in my hand the conditioner is more weighty, which makes sense because it probably has less water in it and heavier ingredients. All that said, you need quite a bit of it to be effective. I mean, look, I use quite a bit and my hair still looks kind of frizzy, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're dealing with frizz, this might not be the product for you. Who's it best for? Again, this, I think Mane and Tail conditioner is best for someone with maybe hair that doesn't need a ton of conditioner because you're gonna be going to town. I think that if you have a moderate or medium amount of hair, it's probably probably best for you. If you have a lot of hair, I feel like, I don't know, and really long hair, I feel like you're gonna need like a good, I don't know, I almost want to say like a quarter of a cup to really get through all your hair and to really scrunch it in there and make sure that all the strands from the mids to the ends are coated. I don't know, that's just my take on it. I'm also gonna give the conditioner a B. I would like it to be a bit more effective for what it is. I don't think you should need triple the amount of another type of conditioner. I use other L'Oreal products and I definitely don't need triple the amount of conditioner for those. So there's something about this formula that is just not super effective when it comes to conditioning, but it is very light. So again, a trade-off. So solid B for both of those. That is my review on Mane and Tail shampoo and conditioner. And I just want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me and listening to what I have to say about this shampoo. I'm hoping to make lots more of these. I had so much fun. I love shampoo. I love shampoo. If you have a favorite, drop it below, let me know in the notes. Maybe I'll try it out and make a review on that. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. The worst shampoo and conditioner of all the ones that I've tried that is targeted toward hair loss, and I can't even believe the claims that they make on this, is Aveda's Invati shampoo and conditioner. My suggestion is, this is very expensive. It is multiples of what the sort of rosemary shampoo costs. If you love Aveda products, I don't see why you couldn't just use their, that rosemary mint shampoo and conditioner that they make. I found that this one, well, you'll see the before and after when you watch this. It did not do anything. It just didn't do a thing for me, and it is so pricey. And what I don't like about how they market it is that they say that it is for hair loss, but when you read the asterisk fine print down at the bottom, it says due to breakage. Listen, women are not buying shampoos for hair loss due to breakage. Then they would buy a shampoo targeted for breakage, but it says hair loss. So women are thinking, in my experience, that it means the hair loss, meaning thinning hair from the scalp, not thinning hair from breakage. I do not like that. I find that marketing to be evasive and just, I'm not about that. This is the only shampoo I've ever sent back. I actually spent my own money to return it. I spent the whatever it was, I don't know, 10 bucks to make sure that it got back to them, because guess what? If you buy it, they do not pay for return shipping. That's fine. Know that if you do want to purchase this shampoo, and that's for Canada and the United States, maybe you could have brought it back to a boutique, but because we're in the pandemic, I could not bring it back to an Aveda place, which I didn't want to do anyway. So I mailed that back, honeys, and I got my money back. I was that disappointed in it, and it wasn't even just about the shampoo. I could swallow the price. It was the principle of the matter. You're not gonna send me this and tell me that it does something for hair loss and have this tiny fine print and I'm gonna pay for that? I don't think so. One of the things you guys might not know is that I am partly supported on this channel by women who buy me a virtual coffee. They do this so that they can help toward my product fund, so that I can pay for all these shampoos that I've tested here and pay for the equipment and stuff to make these videos for you guys. And it wouldn't be right for me to keep this. That was their money that helped to support this. So I sent it back so I could have that money and buy other shampoos, some of which you saw reviews for. But this is my absolute last pick. I'd recommend this to no one, and you can see yourself as to why. All right, everybody, that was the last pick. I'm just gonna roll that video, but thank you so much for watching this. Don't forget, I have more shampoo reviews. If you're interested in Rogaine, I've made so many videos about that, and minoxidil. That's how I grew my hair back. You're welcome to watch that whole library, basically, of videos that I have. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that you see what I'm seeing. I would like to hear from you down below in the comments. Have a look at this Aveda shampoo. I mean, I don't know. Have a look. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Hey everybody, welcome. My name's Helen. This is the Shrimpy McGee channel. Today we're going to be talking about Aveda Invati shampoo, conditioner, and scalp treatment, none of which I've used before this video, although I did wash my hair one time, so I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to use this for a week and we're going to see what the results are, so stay tuned. This video is for you if you're curious about it. Aveda Invati, have you ever been in an Aveda store? It smells so nice. There's always tea. It's got this kind of like yoga vibe that's really kind of nice. Their products are so expensive. I mean, the regular shampoos are pretty pricey, but something about this Invati line, probably because it tries to address hair loss, it is so expensive. I paid, and it came in this cute little, because I couldn't buy the full-size products. It is like, I think over $135 for the 3 full-size products. That's a lot of money. So I decided I would start with the travel size, and thank you guys so much. You guys helped me crowdfund this. I asked people to buy me a coffee, like a virtual coffee, to help me crowdfund some of these things, and you guys did. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in doing that to help me pay for future products, but of course you don't have to. You're always welcome here. This is completely free stuff. It's just for my like longtime viewers that wanted to support me. Anyhow, I bought the travel size stuff, and it came in this nice box. So in here, this sort of too large box. I don't know if this is normally what they send. They sent me these 3 products, which is, when I say they sent me, I mean I paid for it, and it was $37. That's a lot of money for these tiny products that I feel should be maybe $5 each at most. These are like the size you see, they truly are the travel size you see at the drugstore. This is the exfoliating shampoo. This is the thickening conditioner. And this is the scalp treatment that I'm gonna try with you guys right now. It says here, because I've already washed my hair with the shampoo and the conditioner, and it says you've gotta apply it once daily. Lift hair in sections to spray directly onto scalp. Spray 16 times, evenly covering head. Hair may be damp or dry. Gently massage in, do not rinse. Okay, use it with the complete line, it says. So the dealio here is that these are supposed to help you deal with, butterfingers. These products are supposed to help you with hair loss, but if you read the small print, okay, this is where it gets interesting. Read the small print on this product. It says due to breakage from brushing. So it helps you reduce hair loss due to breakage from brushing after using the Invati advanced system for 12 weeks. So you gotta use this for 3 months. That's not gonna be happening here. I'm only gonna be trying it for 1 week, unless I miraculously love it and decide to scrap my usual favorite, which is Kerastase Bain Satin, which I'll drop a link to down below, because I know I said that really quickly. So just first thoughts on the shampoo. I'm gonna be using this for a week, so these are just my first initial thoughts. Smells nice, does not lather at all. Very creamy formulation and pretty hydrating. And I would say the same goes for the thickening conditioner. Smells lovely. It has that Aveda sort of herbaceous, herbal, yoga kind of smell. I don't even know how else to describe it, but this still smells nice. I gotta say, I had my doubts because I got a whiff of it when I opened the box. I was like, but actually I put it on and it smells nice. And this is my hair air dried. This is one of the nicest air dries I've had. So something about it is nice. Something in the formulation is really, really working well with my hair scalp chemistry and my hair chemistry right now. This is only 1 wash though, so we'll see what we think at the end of a week. Now let's try this. It came with this cap here to protect the nozzle. And it says to section your hair and spray it 16 times. So let's just do that. Okay, it's taking a few pumps. Oh, okay. It's quite a bit coming out every shot. But it must be kind of heavy because oddly I don't feel it. I actually don't feel it on my scalp. It must be sitting mostly on the hair. I actually don't think I'm gonna need the whole 16. I feel like I'm getting pretty good coverage, probably because my hair is not super thick to begin with, despite looking pretty fluffy. It's just my hair is actually fluffy. So we're just gonna massage this in. Let's come a little closer. It smells exactly like the shampoo. Again, this lovely herbal kind of yoga-ish, yoga adjacent scent. Kind of like a spice cabinet mixed with a fancy shampoo is kind of like how I would describe it. Okay, that went in pretty well. Oh my gosh, I can see it's already adding fullness. Do you see that? And partly that is just because I'm actually just fluffing it up. It was actually not that easy to get directly to the scalp. So I think what you need to do, and I'll be trying for the rest of the week, is to not just spray it from here, which is what I'm used to. I think it's got this targeted nozzle and you've got to actually like pretty much touch the scalp. Yeah. Okay, so that's a hot tip. Make sure if you do buy this that you go right down to the actual scalp level and don't spray it from a bit of a distance, which is what I'm used to doing with like hairspray and all the other products that I use. Those are my first thoughts. I just wanted to quickly jump on here just to say that it did a nice job of the first shampoo and condition. I really didn't lose too much hair in the shower. I was not expecting it to cure actual hair loss. Listen, you've heard me say this in my other shampoo reviews, which I will link up, that the evidence about shampoo actually, curing or fixing hair loss is very skimpy. Actual hair loss doctors that specialize in this don't put a lot of faith in actual shampoos to help stop hair from actually falling out. It helps to remove DHT that could be on your scalp, so more frequent washing is probably one of the better things you can do. But actual products, unless you leave it on your scalp for 7 minutes, do not absorb and won't have any sort of medicinal effect, really, if you just put them on quickly and wash them off. That's my understanding from hair loss doctors and dermatologists. So I'm not expecting this to cure my actual hair loss, but I'm just seeing about these different claims and also just testing it out. I have like a rubric of criteria that I'm gonna test for you guys on shine, smell, lather, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that, and we will just carry on and let's see how this goes as the week progresses. It's been a week. I've been using nothing but Aveda Invati, all the shampoo, the conditioner, and the scalp treatment, and honeys, I have been on a roller coaster journey. After I wash my hair like the way it looks right now, I just freshly washed it. This is my last wash using these products. I love the way it looks. I think it looks so nice. This leaves my hair so nice when I want to air dry it, but there have been some problems. Mostly concerning to me has been an itchy scalp, and I typically do not itch. At one point, a few days ago, my head was so itchy, I thought I had head lice. Then I thought about it and I thought, wait a minute, we're still social distancing and pretty much quarantined, so I'm pretty sure, and my kid does not have head lice. He hasn't been really around any other kids, at least not in close quarters or indoors. It's just the product. It gave me a really itchy scalp, but I'm willing to put that aside and just review it. Some things to know about me. I do not typically have an itchy scalp. I usually have no scalp issues at all. I have a happy scalp, until now, that is. I have 2A, 2B wavy hair. You can see a bit of wave here. I haven't really done much to plump up the waves, but I don't have straight hair. I have kind of slight wave in my hair, some bends and stuff like that, some straighter parts. I do not have color treated hair. So this is my natural hair color. I don't color it or anything like that. So none of that is going on. So this is very much about my hair. If you have a different kind of scalp slash hair situation, these products may react differently for you, but just so that, you know, just to give you buying information, that's sort of where I'm starting from. Dryish, but pretty normal hair, I would say. So if that helps at all, that's sort of what I'm dealing with here. I just want to stop here for a quick sec to say if you could like and subscribe, that would help to support the channel, but also you'll be getting great information about hair loss. So if that's something that you're concerned about, I've been making lots of these kinds of videos about shampoo reviews. I've reviewed mane and tail. I've also reviewed my holy grail shampoo that I love. I've never found, and I'm actually really looking forward to going back to. I've never found one to beat it. So definitely have a look at those videos that I've already made. And I make just lots of stuff in general about hair loss. I talk about Rogaine, minoxidil, different natural treatments that I haven't tried, treatments that I've tried, money that I've spent. Go ahead and check all of those out. So on with the show. My number one issue with this shampoo and conditioner and scalp treatment was that it left a gummy residue. I talked about this on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that too, because I sometimes give you previews of the things I'm going to be talking about in these videos, so you can get a little heads up of where things might be going with these different like shampoo reviews and stuff like that I do, along with other stuff, that other shenanigans I get up to on Instagram. So over on Instagram, I was kind of complaining that there's this gummy texture left in my hair and I could not quite figure out what it was. I'm 1 wash in and 2 days into the scalp treatment, and it has left my hair with some sort of coating on it. And I'm really trying to dig into what, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but I'm trying to dig into what this feeling and sensation is. It almost feels like when I do the curly girl method on my hair, it's almost got like a almost gummy sensation, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe that's what helps prevent breakage. Was it the shampoo? Was it the conditioner? Or was it the scalp treatment? And so it turns out that what I did is I just tested them all separately, and it's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that it's actually the scalp treatment, which is weird because it's supposed to go into your scalp, but I think it kind of just creeps down the strands over the day, or, you know, maybe the next day, and it leaves this sort of gummy texture, this really soft texture that kind of reminds me of when I use co-wash type stuff, like when I'm trying to encourage waves or sort of trying to do the curly girl method. So that was interesting to me. I think actually maybe these products perhaps work really well in tandem with the curly girl type method, even though they don't have like the sort of specifications that you need to have, but it seems to encourage waves and curls and gives you that texture that a lot of those kind of products do, if that makes any sense. But in general, I just didn't like that feeling. I don't like touching my hair and having this sort of gummy residue kind of feeling, so I was not feeling that about this line at all. But again, I'm just like up and down with it. Like right now, I think my hair looks really nice. I washed it and air dried it, and this is probably the best air dry I've had, maybe with any shampoo I've used. But then again, there's like hair loss claims that make this product really expensive, and I'm not sure that I can get behind them. Hair loss, like shampoo cannot cure hair loss. I don't care what they say on the packaging. If it were that simple, there would be no minoxidil, there would be no Rogaine, there would be no hair transplant surgeries. People would just wash their hair with the right shampoo, and that would be that. Hair loss can be really complex, lots of hormonal possible issues, you know, nutritional things to address, just on and on and on. There's so many different reasons you could lose your hair. Most of the claims that they make about shampoos, just simply they cannot live up to it. This is no different. If you read the fine print, it says that it's hair loss due to breakage, but yet they'll take your dollars, and this shampoo and conditioner seems to be at least twice what you would pay for like their sort of really popular rosemary mint shampoo. They will take those extra dollars. Maybe they're saying they needed that money for research, development, and marketing and stuff like that, but these products cost a premium. Are they really gonna stop your hair loss? No, they're not. They definitely did not stop my hair loss. Not that I was expecting them to in the last week that I've been using them, but I didn't have an excess amount of hair loss, to be completely fair. Like, they didn't cause any hair loss, which is always a good thing. But yeah, I really contended with a lot of scalp itchiness, which is kind of not the vibe I was hoping for, having spent all this money on this product. So let's just sit down now and go through my grading. Let's grade these products according to this list of criteria to make sure that I don't want to be giving you guys some sort of flaky grade that's just based on whatever. I just want to make sure that I systematically go through this to help you make a buying decision, because this stuff's expensive. Also, please keep in mind, if you want to buy the small size, great, it's very expensive. If you want to chance it and buy the really large size, I just want you guys to know, both here in Canada and in the United States, I checked their return policy. The return policy of Aveda online is that if you want to return something, you have to pay for shipping yourself. There is no free shipping, so just bear that in mind. And that is why I picked the small size, because honeys, I did not want to be stuck with over $100 worth of shampoo, conditioner, and scalp treatment that I had to pay to return because it's heavy, right? Yeah, they don't let you return it in store or anything like that right now anyway. So just bear that in mind if you want to splash out and splurge on this product. Okay, let's get to this. Let's sit down and we'll have a look through these. Further to the last thing that I said about returns, the good thing though is that you can return it for any reason. So if you just don't like the product, it seems to me pretty clear that you can just send it on back, even though you do have to pay for shipping yourself. The shampoo, let's talk about the shampoo now. It says exfoliating shampoo. Just want you guys to know, even though it says exfoliating, there's nothing in my mind exfoliating about it. It doesn't have any little bits that you might be expecting with the word exfoliating. Not that it should, because shampoos that have bits in them, sometimes the bits will get stuck in your hair. So I'm not saying that's what you want, but I didn't find anything exfoliating about the shampoo whatsoever. It's a really creamy formulation that kind of looks like, it doesn't look the nicest. It's kind of got that yellowish hue that kind of reminds me of something you might spit out. Don't know why it's called exfoliating shampoo. It doesn't do a thing. In fact, it's quite like a co-wash. It's almost like putting conditioner in your hair. Let's talk about the criteria. Thickening. Does it thicken? I didn't really find it to have any real thickening effect, and the reason for that is, again, it is more of a hydrating shampoo than a clarifying shampoo. Typically, when you think of thickening, what they tend to do is dry out the hair actually a little bit in my experience. And the reason for that is that it makes the hair fluffier, kind of roughs up and fluffs up the cuticle, if that makes any sense. So I would say no, this is not thickening. Volumizing, also not volumizing at all. That is sort of goes along with the thickening a bit, does not really add much volume. Shine, no shine. That was interesting. These products do not leave your hair shiny. So if you're looking for a shiny vibe, this ain't it. Moisture, yeah, it definitely delivers on the moisture. I did find it to be moisturizing more so than anything else. Fragrance, yep, it's got that sort of aura of healthiness, that Aveda smell. If you've used Aveda hand cream, it's pretty much the same fragrance that they use. Herbal, almost a tiny bit minty kind of a smell. Smells like a nice, like massage lotion you might go if you ever get like massage therapy done. Sometimes they use fragrance aromatherapy type oils. Has that kind of smell. Softness, yeah, too much. I think that in tandem with the conditioner, it actually provides a lot of moisture to the point of, and the scalp product provide moisture to the point of gumminess. So I feel like if you did use these, you would need to clarify. I don't think you could straight up use these for like 2 months without doing some clarifying in between. Cleansing power. No cleansing power, honeys, none. I use this, it does not really lather up, which was the next criteria that I want to look at. It doesn't add a lather, and that's fine. Lather and cleansing don't always go together. It just does not do much to clean your hair. Fine, you don't always need a deep clean. All 3 times I tried this, I could not build up a lather for the life of me, which is fine, but it's just something to know. Some of us love suds, some don't care. No suds from this product. Best for, wasn't best for me. I will not be using this product. I really just overall thought it smelled nice, gives me this nice look with the air dry, but this is not a product for me. I'm gonna be going back to my holy grail right after this. I'm actually looking forward to it because my head has been so itchy. It's not itchy right now, but I'm pretty sure it will be by the end of the day. I feel like if you have curly hair, this might work well, and you need that extra, like you need to drench those strands in hydration. I feel like that's good. I feel like if you have fine hair or thin hair, ironically, this might leave it looking too heavy. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna say for my hair, it's a no because of the scalp itchiness and because I just don't feel like, I don't like that gummy feeling. It kind of, on a sensory level, bothers me. Let's move along to the conditioner. Okay, this says thickening conditioner, and I do think it delivers on the promise of what it says. It is thickening. It does make your hair look plumper and thicker. So yeah, it does deliver on that front. Texture on dry hair, gummy, said that already. How much do you need? You just need a reasonable amount. I would say that the amount that you need of the conditioner pretty much matches the amount you need of the shampoo. So when I do shower, I try and I always wash twice. First wash will be 2 dime size amounts with the shampoo, and then I'll go in again with 2 dime size amounts. And so with the conditioner, I think I needed about 4 dime size amounts. So I think that you're gonna go through them at about the same rate, just based on the type of hair that I have. In contrast to some other, you might think that that sounds really obvious, but when I tried out mane and tail, I needed like twice the amount of conditioner on that one. Who's it best for? Again, I think that this would work good if you're just dedicated to air drying your hair, dedicated to having wavy hair. Maybe you follow the curly girl method, but not strictly, and you're not afraid to use these kind of things. Yes. Is it best for people with hair loss? I cannot say that this is gonna deliver. I feel like maybe it would deliver on the promise of reducing breakage because it does give your hair a nice coating. So I think that maybe it can deliver on the promise of reducing hair loss due to breakage, probably pulling and whatever stuff like that. But if it's due to hair loss, due to sort of hormonal things, as I've discussed, no, it's not gonna do anything for that in my experience. So Aveda, don't come after me for just speaking my truth. That's just how I feel about this product. This scalp revitalizer, some people really like it. I think it made my hair feel itchy. I think it left a kind of greasy residue down my hair. I can't say that for sure that it was just this. Maybe it was just the way that these products all work in tandem, but I would not purchase this for me. I just, not only did I not purchase it, I wouldn't really recommend it for you. If you do want to buy it, go ahead and make sure you can return it. It made my head itchy, which this or the shampoo, I'm not really quite sure. I believe it was this. I always say if your scalp is happy enough, don't start putting stuff on it. Don't start scratching at it. You don't need to exfoliate or anything like that. Just wash your hair pretty regularly. Now let's give it a grade. If this were a regular drugstore product at a sort of regular price, or maybe even double a regular price, let's say it was $20 each product, I probably could give it a C. Being as it is that it is very expensive and they charge twice what they charge for a rosemary shampoo, which probably would do a really nice job as well, I'm gonna give the shampoo and the conditioner a D. They're, to me, below average for the money that they're asking. As you know, I'm not sponsored. This is not an ad. Obviously, I would never say. Obviously, Aveda's probably gonna not like me much after this, but I don't care. This stuff's expensive and I wanna tell you guys the truth about how I'm feeling about it. The scalp revitalizer, for me, it's just a fail. Like, I would not recommend this to anybody. So yeah, those are my thoughts on these products. My hair looks nice now, but I'm gonna be paying the price with itchiness probably a little later on. So yeah, that's my take on it. Aveda Invati Advanced Exfoliating Shampoo and Conditioner. I cannot give these really a good grade at all. The scalp stuff is a fail for me. All right, everybody. Sorry that I couldn't end this on a happier note and tell you that this is a great product. Wouldn't it be great to find an amazing, nice smelling shampoo? And I do generally really like Aveda products. I used to splurge, on the rosemary shampoo. I think their stuff smells great. I like going into their little shops and I like the tea that they serve you and all of that stuff. And it always smells nice in there. People are friendly, but I cannot recommend this. All right, that was tough to make, but I feel that I owe you the truth. All right, everybody, thanks so much for spending time with me. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.